Good afternoon and happy Father's Day, everybody. Welcome into this June 21st broadcast here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. My name is Charlie Limoncelli. Alongside me, as always, Harry Setrakian. Harry, big win for Walnut Creek last night, 12-6 over the Alameda Merchants in Alameda. Now they're 3-1 in that season series, but man, the bats got started and they stayed hot pretty much the entire game. The pitching staff looked really good. Devin James had a nice 3-inning start, and then Wheeler, Thornberry, Bolello, Mounts, Olson, and Brand all followed up with a single inning where, the maximum runs in an inning was 2.
Yeah, we really saw the Crawdads offense especially, but the team as a whole just consistently deliver and play very well. Innings 1 through 9. It was a bit of a slow start, but I feel like the trend as of late for the Crawdads has been score early, and then kind of just offense falls off a little bit against Alameda. The game on Thursday against Alameda, it was 4 runs in the first 3 innings. And the Crawdads didn't score again till the 10th, where they needed Riley Winchell to go down to the last strike and walk it off with a homer. So it was good to see them keep Alameda at arm's length and really kind of dominate, show that they were the better team yesterday, and take the win over a very tough opponent in Alameda who have given the Crawdads trouble. Absolutely.
That they have. Today's post-game show brought to you by Up the Creek Records. Up the Creek is a great record shop right next to the Ace Hardware in downtown Walnut Creek. They buy and sell new and used vinyl records, CDs, and cassettes, as well as skateboard gear and a variety of other fun gifts like yo-yos and hacky sacks. They also have an all-ages live music venue that hosts local bands every weekend, so check out who is playing at upthecreekrecords.com or their Instagram at upthecreekrecords. Let's check out what's been happening up the creek. Let's get right to highlights from last night. Crawdads in that 12-6 victory over the Merchants.
James kicks and fires, and a breaking ball in the dirt. Swung on and missed. Benji O'Rourke just had no clue what was coming that at bat. Runners on the corners, rather. Next pitch to Ellis is lifted high and deep to right field. Back goes Johnson towards the wall. He'll look up, and it's out of here. Ryan Ellis exits stage right. Got up in the jet stream, and the Crawdads take a 2-run lead as Ellis deposits his third home run of the season. Ready. And Woodson charges one to left center. Back goes Sander. He'll race to the wall. That one is gone. Over the wall and left. Or did it stick under the wall? It might have bounced and then went under. They were yelling home run from the Crawdad dugout. That one really, a ground rule double, so I believe it hit the ground, popped up over. Oh, now 3-1. Parker goes after it and pulls it into left. That one's down. In comes the run from third. Bull racing behind Woodson, and he'll score standing up as well. 2 runs come in on a base hit by Kevin Parker. Crawdads now lead at 5-1, all 5 coming in this inning. I don't think Longacre wants that to happen. Hard line drive to left coming on. It is down in front of the sliding Sandner. And coming to score from second is Parker. Another base hit for the Crawdads. Another RBI. First hit, first RBI for Longacre.
Bolello out of the stretch, kicks and fires. Lined over too short. Woodson on one hop, turns to second. The throw to first in time. 6-4-3 double play, a pitcher's best friend, and Bolello gets out of the jam. Karst kicks and fires the 2-2. Woodson lines it into shallow left, base hit. Now trailing towards the gap. Woodson turns from first. He'll head to second. The throw from Sandner not in time and well offline. Karst kicks and delivers. 2-2 off the end of the bat. Flared into shallow left field. Base hit. Right field, excuse me. But anyways, an RBI single for Kevin Parker Jr., his second of the day. Long pause, now the 1-2. Runner goes, serve the other way. Base hit for Longacre into shallow right. Parker Jr. scores from third. And Perez into third as well. Ramos at third. Rolls at second. The 3-1 pitch lined up the middle. Base hit for Pulasic. Ramos scores. They'll wave in, rolls. And he can jog home. The 1-2 once more. Popped up, fouled grounds, third base side. Parker Jr. tracks over. There it is. Final out, bottom of the 9th. As the home plate umpire stumbles over, Riley Winchell helps him up. But Harry, how about a 6-run win for Walnut Creek? 12-6 over the Alameda Merchants. So those are your highlights from yesterday. Harry, What stood out the most to you in terms of the offensive and defensive plays for Walnut Creek in that win last night?
Well, Daniel Pulasic really came to the forefront in my mind. He won my vote for player of the game yesterday. And I think, yeah, he won. He won
did.
player of the game yesterday. Of course, had 3 hits, a triple, 2 RBI on, or 3 RBI, excuse me, on the sac fly and a single in the ninth. And he really, again, revealed himself. He's been hitting at the top of the order. Was just 0 for 6 going into the game, but had been swinging it well in a couple of games played. So they clearly trust him. They being Brent Cummings and the coaching staff clearly trust him as a top of the order guy. Know what he has to offer, and well, he finally showed it off yesterday. So that was incredible to get him rolling. As well as that Drew Longacre got his first hit as a Crawdad. Had 2 of them, or he 2 hits and 2 RBI as well. So the new guys really stood out for me on offense, and good to see them rolling into their roles. And the offense just keeps swinging it incredibly well, Charlie.
Absolutely. The offense firing on all cylinders yesterday. The pitching staff, I mean, Wheeler and Thornberry looked fantastic. An inning each for both of them. Just 1 hit combined, 2 strikeouts. Then Olson had a little bit of trouble, as did Bolello and Mounts. Bolello and Mounts were able to get out of their jams. Olson, his was a little more extended. And then Miles Brand came in the ninth and just went 1, 2, 3 with 2 outs, allowed a single, then shut the door on Alameda and stranded another base runner for the Merchants. But overall, the pitching staff just so effective. But I do believe it was a total of 4 or 5 walks to 6 strikeouts. So the ratio a little bit high, a little bit too even, I would say. But all things considered, it all worked out.
Yeah, they've been limiting the walks really, really well as of late. Just yesterday, worked a few. Alameda started taking some nice long at-bats at the end of the game, which they hadn't really seen at the start. We're striking out a lot less towards the back end with the back end guys, but a lot of high strikeout guys do in the Crawdads bullpen today. So maybe going to flip that over against a team that is just really, really struggling in the Philippines baseball group. But overall, just trying to ride off a big win yesterday. All 12 runs coming in the last 5 innings. It was an explosion. 6 in the 5th and 4 in the 9th were the highlights. 2 in the 7th and 8th as well. This offense hoping to carry the momentum offensively from those last innings.
That they are. So we're going to take a quick break. The Crawdads have won 5 straight, and when we come back, we'll preview the 6th matchup of the week right after this. Welcome back to the Crawdad pregame show brought to you by Up the Creek Records. Up the Creek is a great record shop right next to the Ace Hardware in downtown Walnut Creek. They buy and sell new and used vinyl records, CDs, and cassettes, as well as skateboard gear and a variety of other fun gifts like yo-yos and hacky sacks. They also have an all-ages live music venue that hosts local bands every weekend, so check out who is playing at Up the Creek Records or their Instagram at Up the Creek Records. Today's matchup, Harry, the Philippine Baseball Group and the Walnut Creek Crawdads. PBG 0-8. They lost last night.
Yeah.
8-3 against the San Francisco Seagulls, a team that Walnut Creek is 4-0 against this season. The Crawdads rolling at 9-4, 5-game win streak after losing 3 straight to end last week to Alameda and then 2 to San Luis Obispo. The turnaround rather mighty, but let's have a look at this PBG lineup. Harry, they entered today one of the least productive offensive units in the California Collegiate League. Their batting average 177 as a team, 15th in the league. On base percentage just a hair under 300. Slugging percentage 262, both of which are 14th and 15th respectively. The pitching side of things, it's not a whole lot better. 9.98 ERA as a pitching staff, 15th in the CCL. Their whip, though, 2.13 is one of the better ones in the CCL, but that ERA just really rough.
Yeah, 2 ticks under 10. I mean, just as a team, it's a squad that really has not figured it out on any side of the baseball so far, and should be a walkover win for a scorching hot Crawdads team looking for an undefeated week. But you can't let it get away from you, though. I mean, these are when you find end of the week Crawdads playing every single day of the last 5 days. Now this is the 6th of 6 days this week. It gets to the point where you can't mail it in still. You still got to go out there and play. You don't want to get into a trap game. That being said, I think the Crawdads will be pretty clear of trap game territory. Got one of their better arms in Hudson Aber on the mound, who pitched very well his first time out, and a good bullpen to follow, as well as that a lineup that is just hot as fire. So I think it's going to be a fairly simple win for the Crawdads today.
Well, that's what you might expect, but you never know in the California Collegiate League, Harry. The last time these two teams met, though, there is some history. Last year, just about a year ago, pardon me, folks, while I look at the physical date, last time was a year and a day ago, June 20th, 2025. These two teams met right here at Monte Vista. Walnut Creek came away with a 15-1 win against PBG, something they are very much looking to repeat. But, Harry, the trap game always on the table. PBG played San Luis Obispo really well 2 nights ago. They held them to just 5 runs, scored 4 of their own off of a really nice effort from their starting pitcher. Went 6 innings, just 4 runs on a couple of hits. That's what they're going to look for again with Gavin Vanderpool on the hill. We'll preview both the pitchers for Walnut Creek and PBG as they come up later on. But any final thoughts, Harry, as we kind of head into this contest before we take a break and go to first pitch?
Just get a win, finish the week undefeated, win it for Father's Day. Happy first day of summer as well. Summer solstice today on the 21st of June. So, hey, good. Let's have a good start off to summer for the Crawdads.
Absolutely. So, that being said, that'll conclude our Up the Game pregame show here on the Crawdad Streaming Network. We'll step aside and we'll be back for first pitch. All of the dads for the Walnut Creek Crawdads going to throw out the first pitches to their sons. So we'll have that action for you folks right after this. ceremonial first pitch on Father's Day, just moments away. Out come all the players and their dads. It's like
That's awesome.
Hudson Aber, Sam Johnston, Riley Winchell, Alessandra Martinez, Kevin Parker Jr., Elijah Ramos, and Jacob Cobrin. All the guys. Plus Noah Zirkel's in there too for
There
Walnut
he
Creek.
is.
And Brandon Clisby moving over to the far left. Oh, look at that, Harry. Quite the array.
Got a lot of them. Love it.
And a late ad. Michael Olsen
there comes
drops
Olsen.
out from the
Oli.
dugout. But man, happy Father's Day to all of you folks watching our lovely live stream, especially my father. Happy Father's Day, Dad. Love you.
All right, dads, let's see what you guys got.
So all the players go to the squat.
Who's gonna
And there's Shane Aldridge. Joins the party just seconds before. In come the throws. Whole lot of strikes, Harry. That's what I'm
Oh,
seeing.
I see 11 strikes right down the middle. Getting it started on 2026's edition of Crawdads Day. It's the dads of the dads. Nice.
Absolutely. Lovely to see. Everybody gonna hug it out in the infield. And now with that, folks, we'll step aside once again. National Anthem coming up. And on the other side, the official first pitch here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back. Top of the first on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Today's first pitch time and temperature brought to you by Meadowlark Dairy, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Meadowlark Dairy bringing Old Town vibes and family fun since 1919. And here on Father's Day, 79 degrees, not a cloud in sight at Monte Vista High School in Danville. Perfectly sunny with blue skies. Now let's have a look at our starting pitcher matchups brought to you by Danville Chocolates, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. And the man making his second career start for Walnut Creek, Hudson Aber, the right-hander from UC Santa Barbara. Rising redshirt sophomore right out of here, Danville, California. Gets to play in front of his family and friends today, Harry. And man, he had a fantastic debut, didn't he? 2 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, no hits, no runs. He saw 6 batters, retired them all last Sunday against San Luis Obispo.
Oh, he was absolutely excellent, and kind of his real first taste of full-on collegiate action. Only pitched 2 2/3 at UCSB. A very, very talented pitching staff, and again, pitched against USC, UCLA, held his own. So he's a guy who has so much potential this summer to blossom into an incredible starting pitcher. I mean, already on such an amazing staff, gets to learn from him this past spring, and now gets to kind of bring that knowledge here, though was on a pretty strict pitch count again today, so going to see him probably for about, you said 45 to 48 pitches.
Correct, so about 3 innings.
Yeah, Coach Dustin Cheney informed you on that, and so just excited to see those 48 pitches at most. You know, he brings electric stuff, fastball, slider, primarily also throws a changeup in there about 8% of the time his first time out, and can cut the fastball as well, but only threw one of those last time. So mainly the 4-seam slider. And we'll see how much he uses it now with a little bit more leeway, but man, I'm excited.
Let's have a look at the defense behind him today. Brandon Clisby gets the start behind the dish. Then it's Barrett Ronson at first base, Elijah Ramos playing second, Peyton Rolls moving over to short, Kevin Parker Jr. at third, Daniel Pulasic in left, Dylan Perez in center, and Shane Aldridge in right field. Leading off for PBG, Christian Santiago, the shortstop behind him, Hector Pena in left, Johnny Wrightster at second base. Lefty, righty, lefty, the top 3 for Philippines baseball group. Aber, 90 to 92 miles an hour with the 4-seamer. Slider sits around 83, and the changeup at 80. 3-pitch mix. We'll see what he goes to first. Righty kicks and delivers. Santiago takes an off-speed pitch low. First pitch at 4:05 p.m. local time. 1-0 to Santiago. LA Pierce College guy. Fastball inside. 2-0. Santiago, he's played in every game for PBG this summer. 8 games, 222 hitter, 9 strikeouts. The 2-0 from Aber. Fouled away over the left field fence. 2 balls and 1 strike now.
Going only fastball to the lefties so far. Only threw fastballs to lefties his last time out there. It's got some action. It can ride up there in the zone.
Aber sets up the letters from the first base side of the mound. 2-1. Fastball fouled away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Santiago, no stranger to California Collegiate League action, played last summer with the San Diego Bombers. 12 games, .314 hitter, and 35 at-bats. Right-hander Aber he's facing, looking for a put-away. Slider chopped foul first base side. Remains a 2-2 count to Santiago. Aber from the windup. Breaking ball inside. Full count.
On a long hold. He's really trying to ice him up there. First batter, control the pace, show that it's his mound.
That he is. Payoff pitch inbound. And the biggest crowd at Monte Vista we've seen this season. The entire right side of the bleachers packed. 3-2. Lined the other way. Foul left field side. And it yanks over the chain link fence. Very long at bat. Aber worked really efficiently in his first outing, Harry. But this is already a 7-pitch at bat for Santiago.
Yeah, when you're only on about 45 pitches, you got to make everyone count.
Aber, the payoff yet again. Another fastball fouled away. Santiago just behind it.
But the approach from Santiago, too, pretty good. Letting the fastball kind of ride in there. Let it get deep. Try and shoot it the other way. Just a little too late right now so far. And so if you're Aber, I mean, you can keep trusting it, keep bringing it. He's not making good contact on it yet.
See if he stays with the fastball or goes to something off speed. Aber, the 3-2. Fastball grounded right back to him. Charges over to first, underhand flip to Ronson. That'll do it. They get Santiago eventually.
Yeah, he kept matters in his own hands. Right back to him.
1 out, no one on in the top of the first for Hector Pina, the left fielder for PBG, rising sophomore at Ventura College. Pina, another guy who's played all 8 games for Philippines baseball group. 158 hitter, just 3 hits and 19 at-bats, 7 strikeouts. First right-hander that Aber will face today. Perhaps can get the breaking stuff going a little better this time. The righty kicks and delivers. Slider sits in the zone, strike 1.
And there it is. Right there, he really liked setting the tone early with the fastball last time out, but now going to mix in the slider to the first righty he sees on the first pitch.
Pina, 5'11", 190 pounds from the right side. Looking to get something going early for PBG. 0-1 pitch from Aber, fastball fouled away. Quickly, 0-2. And Harry, this is more of the Hudson Aber we expected today, especially after that first outing against San Luis Obispo.
Absolutely getting ahead early, using the slider early and the fastball. If he can sprinkle those both in early in at-bats, that's going to be devastating for righties.
Aber with the 0-2. Fastball high. Pina, limited action this spring at Ventura College, just 7 games played, but 10 hits and 22 at-bats, good for a .455 batting average. The 1-2 to him. Slider just misses top of the zone. Another 2-2 count. Aber, a guy, it's a long string of gauchos playing for the Crawdads. Had Raymond Olivas last year, as well as Carson Timothy and Peter Storjahan. Also includes Jackson Flora. 2-2 slider, wave and a miss. Pure filth from Hudson Aber. Gets his first K of the day.
Yeah, Flora, former Crawdad, going to be a top 5 pick most likely in the MLB draft coming up. UCSB just, I mean, it's just incredible how they're able to develop pitchers. Was it Tyler Bremner also going number 2 last year? The lefty starter at SB, so going to continue a lineage of SB pitchers. So, I mean, hey, if you're Aber, you get to learn from the best, but also some big names to kind of live up to.
Absolutely. Stays at the pitching lab. Johnny Reister in the 3 spot. First offering. Fastball misses outside. Reister playing second base today for PBG. Through 6 games, one of the hottest hitters for the Philippine baseball group. .417 average. 5 hits, 1 for extra bases, 2 runs driven in. 1-0 pitch from Aber. Slider at the knees. It's a strike.
Certainly a guy that's played in at least 5 games, hitting over 250.
He's been the most consistent guy for PBG early this season. 1-1 pitch from Aber. Fastball popped up. Left side of the infield. Parker Jr. calls for it at third and makes the catch. 1-2-3 for Hudson Aber to start the first. And we'll take a quick break, go to the bottom half of the frame. Crawdads trying to get on top early. Welcome back to the bottom of the first on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Let's have a look at today's starting pitcher for PBG, brought to you by Danville Chocolates, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Gavin Vanderpool, the left-hander, gets the call. This is his first appearance as a pitcher this summer. 6 games of .214 batting average ball, 14 ABs, but made 3 appearances as a redshirt freshman at Westmont College at the Division II level where he plays collegiately. Let's have a look at the Crawdads starting lineup. Peyton Rolls, Daniel Pulasic, Kevin Parker Jr., the first 3. Then Sutter Moss, Brandon Clisby, Dylan Perez, Barrett Ronson, Shane Aldridge, and Elijah Ramos, the final third for Walnut Creek. Rolls to the dish, one of the hottest hitters in the Crawdad order. Has the advantage against the left-handed pitcher Vanderpool. First offering, breaking ball over to short. Backhand effort from Santiago. The throw across the diamond, not in time. Rolls with a leadoff single.
Placed it perfectly to the backhand side of the shortstop Santiago. No shot to throw out the speedy Peyton Rolls. I mean, that's just, it's a surprise it doesn't get through, but regardless, it's the same result.
And it is. Now here's the reigning player of the game for Walnut Creek, Pulasic, 2 for 6 last night. Pardon me, 3 for 6. 2 singles and a triple. Also a sac fly as he takes a breaking ball low. Rolls 11 stolen bases this season, leads the CCL and the Crawdads. Always a threat to go. Perhaps we'll see him go here. Vanderpool out of the stretch. The 1-0 hit high in the air to left. Pena tracks over and makes the catch. Rolls will retreat to first. One out with a one base runner for Kevin Parker Jr. And Harry, here's another guy who's been red hot. Parker Jr. hits in both of his last 2 games.
Yeah, an unbelievable week so far. 5 for 16, a homer, a double. He's also been running wild around the base paths. What's it, 6 stolen bases the last 2 games?
Yes, he's up to 9 on the season now. Had
Sheesh.
4 yesterday. Not too far behind Rolls. Vanderpool's first pitch to the righty. Slow breaking ball outside.
And it's going to be hard to double him off here, too. A lot of speed on the base paths. Rolls at first. Parker able to burn down the line. Got to think quick if you're an infielder. Maybe just try to get one out.
1-0. Rolls goes. Parker Jr. fouls it away over the Crawdad dugout to first side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sutter Moss on deck for Walnut Creek, the left-handed designated hitter. Then it's Brandon Clisby, another right-hander. And manager Brent Cummings for Walnut Creek. He's varied the order. It's every other batter is a lefty. 5 right-handers, 4 left-handers. There's a throw to first, but Rolls is safe.
It's kind of been how he's done it so far, and it's worked very well.
He likes keeping the order balanced. 1-1, runner goes. The throw to first, offline, not in time. Now over to second, pops out of Reister's glove and rolls over to third. He at least gets 1 stolen base. The question is, will they credit him with another, or if that's an error that allows him to advance?
Definitely the error allowing him to get to third. Wouldn't have got there if not for the ball popping out of the glove at short. Now just the question just becomes not if, but who is the error on, and it's goes on the first baseman to throw by Vasquez.
RBI chance now for Parker Jr. 1-1 pitch, a breaking ball low.
I don't know if the throw was deserving of that error.
Yeah, I think that
kind of popped in the glove of the receiver over there at short.
Yeah, it could have been on the second baseman, Reister. 2-1 fastball is high. 3-1 to Parker Jr. Hitter-friendly count with 1 out. Probably looking to just put this one in the air and get the first run of the day across. Already a right-hander warming up for PBG. Vanderpool, the 3-1. Breaking ball belted deep left center field. Both runners tracking back to the wall, and it bounces off the wall. Still in play. Parker Jr. RBI double. 1-0 lead for Walnut Creek in the bottom of the first, and man, he stays red hot, Harry.
His swing has looked absolutely unbelievable. Turning on a fastball there. He homered on a breaking ball a couple days ago at San Bruno, so he is hitting all types of velocity. Well, you can't throw it in the zone to this guy right now.
Turning a corner at an opportune time for Walnut Creek. They've got 2 matchups with the Sonoma Stompers coming up next week, 3 with the San Francisco Seagulls. So offense needs to be in peak form. Anyway, RBI chance for the lefty Moss. Vanderpool out of the stretch. Hits a fastball at the knees, strike one.
Another lefty here I wanted to say to the point of Brent Cummings, the head coach of the Dads. Going right, left, every other batter a lefty makes it really difficult for opposing coaches to work around that when thinking about the bullpen.
0-1 to Moss, big swing, chopped it foul down the first base side.
So it's kind of pre-game gamesmanship. It's when the chess match begins, about an hour and a half before first pitch when Brent Cummings posts the lineup.
Been so good at crafting the lineups for Walnut Creek. That's why they're 9-4 already this season. 0-2 to Moss, breaking ball low and outside. And how about Center Moss, another guy who's been swinging it really well right now, Harry. 8 hits in his last 9 games, including a single yesterday. Vanderpool comes home on the 1-2. Breaking ball chopped foul again, first base side.
He's really settled his swing in, kind of started off a little bit wild with the swings, missing in the zone a little bit, but if you're, trying to figure out how to pitch to Sutter Moss, if he's putting if it gets put in the zone, he will probably deposit it to the outfield grass.
That he will. Wind blowing straight in from the outfield today. 1-2 pitch is elevated. Even count at 2 for Moss. 1 out in the bottom of the first. Parker Jr., lots of speed at second. Vanderpool, the 2-2 delivery, runner goes. All 3 well inside. Parker Jr. steals, no throw. Vanderpool works the count full against Moss, who started this season with Walnut Creek. 0 for 7 in his last 4 games. Infield creeps in. Vanderpool with the payoff pitch. Breaking ball high and tight. Moss works a very long at-bat, turns it into a walk.
When you got 2 strikes and he showed it off there, Moss was down to 2 strikes early in that bat, but as a pitcher, you got to at least make the batter think about swinging. Every pitch seemed like with 2 strikes that Moss didn't foul off, whereas easy takes.
Runners on the corners with 1 out. Brandon Clisby, the hometown guy, at the dish for Walnut Creek. Alamo native and a graduate of Monte Vista High School. A chance to drive in some runs early today. First pitch, lined the other way. Shallow right field. Coming over Wrightster from second. He makes the catch.
Bit of an awkward snag. Had to go to the basket catch. Running on back, but had to beat on it the whole way. Thought that Clisby might have snuck that one down.
I agree. I thought had a chance to just sit down in front of everybody. But a nice effort from Wrightster to make the pay. Still runners on the corners. 2 outs in the bottom of the first for Dylan Perez, the center fielder. First delivery from Vanderpool. Slider that misses low. The 0-1 ripped deep into center, trailing back. Haruda makes the catch. So Perez strands 2 on the line out to center field. Crawdads do get 1 across, courtesy of the Kevin Parker Jr. RBI double. We'll take a break. Go to the top of the second right after this. Part of the Philippine baseball group due up here in the top of the second. Caden Lewis, Nomar Vasquez, and Tyler Haruda. Hudson Aber out for his second inning of work, and the Crawdad right-hander went 1-2-3 in the first, looking to do much the same. Now the first 9 batters that Hudson Aber has faced in his Crawdad career, all retired.
Yeah, 9 straight for him. Good call.
First offering to Lewis, playing right field today for PBG. Fastball right past him. 0-1.
Did so against the slow Blues the first time. I mean, that's a team that's just been dominating the CCL so far.
Aber kicks and delivers the 0-2. Another fastball on the inner third, straight past Lewis. 0-2 to the right fielder from El Camino College. Rising junior out of Torrance, California. Lewis, this is his 7th game for PBG in the summer of 2026. Aber looking for a put away. His 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another fastball just straight past Lewis. Dialing up the heat. Closer to 92, I bet those last couple pitches were.
That's what he can do. Yeah, he really fires it up there. Man, he's just looking outstanding. And now it's 10 straight in the career of Hudson Aber, and for the Crawdads so far, that'll work.
That it will. 1 out, no one on in the top of the second, brings up the first baseman, Nomar Vasquez, rising senior at Weber International. Aber's first pitch, fastball low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Vasquez. Another guy who's appeared in all 8 games on the young PBG season. 176 hitter, right along the team average. The 1-0 from Aber. Slider sits in the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. Action in the Crawdad bullpen. Right-hander warming up. Now the 1-1 from Aber. Slider hit right back to him, deflects off his body. Ramos picks up at second, pulls Ronson off the bag with the throw. Vasquez is safe. Now the question becomes, Harry, whether they're going to give him a hard hit or an E4.
And just, you got to hope Hudson Aber's okay. It looked like it got the glove hand. Yeah, he's telling everyone to stay home in the dugout. He just missed it off the glove. So always cringe a little bit when you see the ball go right back up the box towards the pitcher. But Aber has already made a play. Almost made another, and we almost saw the 1-4-3, and they will call it an error on the second baseman. So the errant throw remains Aber remains without allowing a hit so far in his Crawdad career.
No longer perfect through his first 11
Correct.
batters faced. That is the difference. Anyways, the right-hander Haruda to the dish, playing center field. First offering a fastball, grounded over to second. Ramos collects, flips to the bag for 1, on to first. Ronson leaps up, and it was pulled off. Just a tough throw from Peyton Robles playing short, but they do get 1 on the fielder's choice.
And that there, Aber had a chance at it again, but knew this time to get the glove out of the way. Let Ramos behind him work at second. Not cause any issues.
2 outs with Haruda at first for Wyatt Lamarsna. Rising redshirt junior from La Sierra. Playing designated hitter today. There's a pick to first. But Haruda dives in safely. The jersey, the only victim. Looks like Ronson calls time for Walnut Creek. Might be an issue with his glove.
Got a hole in it?
Yeah, he has to exchange it.
I don't know what the problem is. Maybe, stitching got a little too loose.
Either way, Ronson returns to first with a new glove.
Huh. Peculiar. Don't know.
PBG trailing by 1. Got a base runner on with 2 outs. Trying to even the score. First pitch to the Lamarsna. Popped up. Foul territory, first base side. Clisby chasing after it, and it drops in the Crawdad dugout. Will go as strike 1 to Lamarsna. Marsno, this is his 4th game now in the 2026 summer season for the Philippine baseball group. Duke Aloy, the catcher, on deck. Aber turns, kicks, and fires the 0-1. Slider sits at the knees, strike 2. Hudson Aber, that slider, 6.8 inches of horizontal break in his first appearance. The 0-2 goes to it again, grounded to short. Rolls, collects, flips to the covering Ramos at second for the out. 6-4 grounder to end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the second, excuse me. Crawdads still lead by 1. Back for the bottom of the second on the Crawdads streaming network. Walnut Creek leading by 1. Barrett Ronson, Shane Aldridge, and Elijah Ramos, 7, 8, and 9 due up. And Philippines baseball group calls to the bullpen. Jack Nelson, the right-hander from Chatsworth, California, will relieve Gavin Vanderpool after just 1 inning from the left-hander. 2 hits, 1 walk, no strikeouts, 1 run came across. First offering to Ronson, outside and low.
And Nelson's got the lowest ERA on the staff, only in 2 2/3 innings, but 3.38, far and away the lowest. But hitter's still hitting .273 against him.
1-0 pitch to Ronson. Fastball finds the inner third. And Nelson very effective in limited action. 6 strikeouts to 4 walks. Ronson, the Crawdad first baseman. 1-1 pitch to him. Sky deep to center field. Haruta now going back towards the warning track, makes the catch. That ball tailed quite a while out there.
That was really good off the bat. Haruta had a pretty bad read out there. I mean, that one to me looked like it was getting out towards the wall, and it did, but Haruta kind of started slowly back, and then at the last second had to twist his body, rearrange himself, make kind of an overhead catch. But still a nice play, just able to get there eventually.
1 out, no one on for Aldridge. First pitch, a fastball lined shallow right field, base hit. And that's a guy, Shane Aldridge, really was looking for a hit in that at-bat.
It was 2 for 16 this week. But, I mean, his speed and defense, you can't really replace out there. And right, he's been so reliable. So he's found a home kind of in that 8 spot. He's done a good job either way.
Looked good at the beginning of the season, then has kind of been looking to find his swing again.
Yeah.
Keep swinging like that, he just might have it. Anyways, a 1-out base runner for Ramos. Nelson kicks and delivers, fastball high. Ramos, another guy looking for a turnaround at the dish. 154 hitter through his first 10 games in 2026 in terms of CCL play. Nelson throws back to first. It bounces in the dirt, gets away from Vasquez. Aldridge remains on the bag, though. Ramos in his last 5 games is 1 for 21. Still has 7 runs driven in on 6 hits. 2 of them for extra bases this season. Nelson delivers the 1-0. Aldridge goes. The throw, a ball at the plate. The throw to second, not in time. Or perhaps the throw on time, but the tag was offline. Anyways, it's a stolen base for Shane Aldridge. 3rd of the day for Walnut Creek.
And there you go. Shows the value. He brings the speed on the paths, and at the bottom of the order, that's even more valuable. Just getting it set up to the top guys, and even the 9-hitter too. Brent Cummings really likes to put kind of a contact guy down there. Getting in scoring position is very, very valuable.
The table setter there at the bottom of the order. 2-0 pitch. Ramos takes outside. 3 balls and no strikes.
And Aldridge, a guy who was leading off early this season and was doing so very well, as you alluded to before. He kind of started to struggle a bit and got moved a little bit down, but he knows what it means to be a leadoff guy.
3-0. Ramos takes a fastball on the outer third, called a strike.
Didn't have to be.
I don't disagree with you there, Harry. But Aldridge was the primary leadoff guy for Menlo College this spring. Hit .333. Was really fantastic. Over 10 doubles. Now the 3-1 home to Ramos. Fastball lifted in the air to right field. Lewis going back, moving to the glove side. Pops out of his glove. Aldridge is going to round third. Manager Brett Cummings sends him home, and Ramos gets to second on the E9. 2-0 lead for Walnut Creek. 1 out, bottom of the second.
And just no explanation for that one and right. Lewis' son not even really bothering him, just missed it. That's a full-on miss, and that's going to cost his team a run.
That it will. And just got a note that Shane Aldridge, with that stolen base, now gives Walnut Creek, as a team, 2nd place in the CCL with steals.
45 of them now.
Peyton rolls to the dish. Ramos looking like he's trying to go from second. First offering from Nelson. Fastball misses.
I feel like they've gotten about 30 of those 45 in the last week.
Yeah, manager Cummings has been extremely aggressive sending his guys on the bases.
No reason to stop. I mean, it hasn't shown that it's going to fail at all yet. They have a perfect streak going for a while. I don't know the exact number, but 3 for 3 today already. They're 45 for 50. 90%.
Just unreal. 2-0 pitch to Rolls, lifted into center field, very high in the air. Haruta over to his right, makes the catch. Ramos tags from second, and he'll slide safely to third.
Wow, that kind of can show you how much power Rolls has got. He got that one off the hands and still rode it pretty deep out to left center field, the deepest part of the yard. Gave that one a good ride.
Absolutely. So now with 2 outs in the bottom of the second, Crawdads still lead by 2. Pulasic to the dish. 3rd run of the day, 90 feet away. The Crawdads on Father's Day. 2-0-1. Last 2 seasons in 2024 and 2025, they've come away with wins. As Pulasic takes a wave and a miss.
The ever rare baseball tie back in 23.
Non-league contest between the Crawdads and the West Coast Kings. 0-1, Pulasic belts it into center field. Haruta actually goes forward to make the catch. A little bit deceiving that one was off the bat. 2 straight flyouts to center field, ends the second inning. But Walnut Creek gets one back on the Elijah Ramos E9. Anyways, we'll take a break. Top of the 3rd right after this. Later on today in our post-game show, we'll have the player of the game brought to you by Worth Group Restaurants, a local collection of East Bay restaurants owned and operated by Rodney Worth, including the Peasant and the Pear in Danville, the Bourbon Pear in Livermore, and the Golden Pear in Walnut Creek. Worth Group Restaurants, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Harry, Hud's neighbor, out there trying to get through his third inning of work, and so far he's been fantastic. 2 strikeouts and only 7 batters faced. The one man that reached Nomar Vasquez on an E4. He's just cruising.
He really had a shot at facing the minimum that at bat after as well. A fielder's choice going 4-6. The throw by Peyton rolls back to first, trying to complete the double play against the center fielder Tyler Haruta. Came up just a little late and also pulled Barrett Ronson off the bag. But regardless, he's been outstanding, yet to allow a hit in his Crawdads career, and now facing the bottom 2, which will flip over to the top. I mean, I feel like the odds are in his favor to continue that.
Duke Aloy, Christopher Vercelis, and Christian Santiago, 8-9-1. Aloy, the catcher, 4 games, .333 hitter this summer. Aber against the righty, first offering, a fastball low. Aloy, Simpson University guy, rising sophomore there, plays collegiately with Tyler Haruta, the center fielder today. 1-0 from Aber. Slider finds the zone. Lloyd played his high school ball in Maui. Island guy out in Hawaii. Gotta be nice. 1-1 pitch. Wave foul, third base side.
Hawaii's got a pretty darn good high school baseball scene.
That they do.
A lot of guys who play over at Bushnell near the University of Oregon in Eugene, where I called games this last season. They got a lot of them. They're all just really, really talented.
1-2 pitch. Slider chopped over to Aber. He'll take it all the way to the bag himself. Calls off Ronson. How about that? You don't see that every day, Harry.
It's always fun to do as a pitcher. It's the only way that you know you're not going to make any errors. You know you're going to get the guy out at first. That said, if you do lose the foot race in the end, it looks really embarrassing. But that hardly ever happens.
Plus, Aber looks like he's got maybe a little set of wheels.
Yeah, he did.
Speed.
That's back-to-back days we've seen a 1 unassisted, too. Kind of bizarre. Yesterday, the pitcher for the Merchants had one.
1 out, no one on the top of the third. Christopher Vercelis, the third baseman, up to bat for PBG. Aber kicks and delivers. Slider, high chopper over to second. Ramos collects to the glove side and flips to first in time.
I thought maybe Ramos there was going to think about going to the bag himself, too. Both balls going glove side to the respective players, the pitcher Aber and the second baseman Ramos. Taking the momentum right to the first base bag. But Ramos wanted to share the love here on Father's Day a little bit.
Well, why not? Lineup turns anew for Philippines Baseball Group. Christian Santiago, the shortstop. Hitting from the left side, he grounded out back to Aber to lead off the first. Did work a long at-bat on a full count. First offering to the lefty, a fastball misses low.
Maybe even more bizarrely, the 1 unassisted we saw yesterday was just 6 pitches into the game. The second batter, Daniel Pulasic, grounded back to Austin Ballantyne, and he kind of made a ridiculous gazelle ballerina type effort to get the bag and avoid Daniel Pulasic running down the line.
Yeah, it was rather impressive from Ballantyne. 1-0, fouled back. Just a nice slider from Aber in on Santiago's hands.
Ballantyne, he's a big guy too.
Yeah, he's 6'6".
Moving well over there. With agility and athleticism.
Certainly not an easy play to make, but he showed off that athleticism. 1-1 from Aber. Slider outside.
Aber's a bit more. It's nothing but business, easier. Jog over there to first.
A right-hander from Danville, San Ramon Valley High School graduate. On the 2-1. Santiago waves and misses a fastball right past him. Aber looking for just one more strike to get out of the third. So far, Philippines baseball group cannot handle the right-handers' heat. 2-2. Off speed, fouled away. Remains the same.
Santiago's got such quick hands. Last second really decided to take a rip at that one, but just got the barrel out there and exploded through the slider.
Yeah, did a nice job. Just couldn't put it in fair territory.
Yeah, not really trying to get a base hit, just trying to get it out of play, stay alive for something better.
Aber winds and fires. A fastball that's fouled away yet again. Quick hands save Santiago again.
Again, yeah, same deal.
And that fastball felt like it was already to the plate by the time he got the hands there.
Yeah, again, that's one way you can search for your pitch instead of taking a bunch. Just try and throw the hands out. Keep it alive. Then get a better swing off of what you're really looking for. But, I mean, that was kind of a fastball at the fat part of the plate after seeing a slider. Kind of seeing everything he's going to get. At some point, got to commit.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Slider upstairs. Foul tip into Clisby's glove. But how about Hudson Aber? Third strikeout of the day. And he's through 3 innings spotless. We'll take a break. Crawdads coming up to bat right after this. Three, 4, and 5 due up for Walnut Creek. Parker Jr., Moss, and Clisby trying to add to their 2-0 lead over the Philippines baseball group. Jack Nelson got through 1 inning of work, allowed a run on Elijah Ramos, his E9, that allowed Shane Aldridge to score from second. But apart from that, 3 flyouts that Nelson induced. Parker Jr. himself 1 for 1, an RBI double in the first to get the first run of the day. Nelson turns and deals. Parker Jr. hits one high in the air to right center. Lewis moves over to his right and makes the catch.
Big sigh of relief for the baseball group to get Kevin Parker out.
That it was, and the wind not doing anybody any favors today in the outfield. It's blowing straight in from center field to home plate.
Seems to be the trend here. It's kind of the only park I've really seen where it's always blowing in.
Moss steps in from the left side. First pitch, off speed and at the knees. Strike 1.
Feels like teams try to build their field so that it ends up with the wind blowing out, perhaps a bit of an advantage. But, I mean, high school level, maybe not thinking that extremely.
0-1 pitch. Moss takes a big hack, fouls it chop side to the first. But yeah, definitely not a major factor of construction like it would be at an MLB or even a college baseball field.
But you have to think it kind of evens out then when a bunch of college guys come here in the summer. Only 375 about to center field, 325 down the lines.
Plays like a neutral park. 0-2, Moss out in front of a changeup, swing and a miss. He's down on 3 pitches.
Nelson's settling in after giving up, well, an unearned run last inning, so not going to let that get to him with the strikeout pitch. He's worked it well this season. It's now 7 overall and what, 4 total innings pitched now? Maybe 4 1/3, yeah, 4 1/3.
Done a nice job so far. First offering to Clisby. Inside, hits his shoulder, and he'll take the free bag. 2-out base runner for Dylan Perez, the center fielder.
Now batting the center fielder, number 22.
I'll tell you, before the game, they were going around, Alex Swift asking what these players' dads' favorite songs are, and they'd use them as the walk-up songs today. And I'm really digging it today.
It's a great idea.
I'm a big fan of dad rock, so.
Nelson winds and fires. Perez fouls it away behind home plate. 0-1.
Glad to be getting a lot of it today.
Yeah, you're a happy camper, that's for sure. Perez, 8 steals for Walnut Creek. Lots of speed should he get aboard. But through 12 games, a 190 hitter. The 0-1, wave and a miss out in front of that changeup. And looks like that becoming a featured pitch for Jack Nelson against the left-handers. Bronson, the right-hander, on deck for Walnut Creek. Clisby with speed at first. Takes a large lead. Nelson turns and throws back to first. Ball gets away from Vasquez again, but Clisby will stay put. 2 outs, 1 on. 2-run lead for Walnut Creek in the bottom of the third. Nelson on the 0-2. Perez fouls it away. Perez, 2 games ago, when the Crawdads traveled to San Bruno, was 1 for 4 with a home run against the Seagulls. O2 offering for him again. Clisby takes, or tries to go, but Perez waves and misses on a changeup low. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Jack Nelson. Top of the fourth will go. PBG trailing by 2. Top of the fourth. Crawdads still lead by 2, and Hudson Aber trots back onto the mound. Through 3 innings already, spotless, 1 error, 3 strikeouts. Other than that, not a hit for PBG. 2, 3, and 4 due up, Pena, Reister, and Lewis. As Hudson Aber sitting around 33 pitches, give or take. His maximum today between 45 and 48, so he's got about 12 pitches to get out of this inning before he gets pulled. It's left-hander Pena, a guy he's already struck out today. First pitch, slider, outer third. It's a strike.
That's unhittable. That is the perfect spot for that pitch. Especially if you're going to get a little bit more on that outside edge to righties. I mean, that's just right where you want that slider.
Aber commanding so well today. Now the 0-1. Another slider outside. Just broke too hard, tried to get the wave and miss. But Pena held the bat. Pena struck out on 5 pitches in a 2-2 count. Looking to avoid that. 1-1 from Aber. Fastball up and in. Aber, San Ramon Valley High School graduate, much like current Crawdad Ryan Delaney and former Crawdad Gabe Tanner. Recently got picked up by the Chicago White Sox organization. 2-1. Fastball, inner third, strike 2.
They're building something special on the south side.
That they are. Shout out the White Sox. What a resurgence that they've had this season.
The young stars have been really fun to watch blossom this year.
Aber at the letters. Kicks and deals the 2-2. Fastball at the knees. Called strike 3. Number 4 on the day for Hudson Aber. And he gets it done on 5 pitches.
And back-to-back, going back to last inning. Man, I mean, he's continued every bit of the role he was on in his first outing a week ago today. Man, showing out for the Dads.
That he is. Already looking like the ace of the Crawdad staff, a staff that has been so talented to this point.
And he's taking after his own dad, who again threw a strike to start the day today.
That he did. From the left side, Johnny Reister, the second baseman, 0 for 1. Popped out to third. First pitch, belted into the right center gap. Extra bases for Reister. Turns from first. Perez collects in center field. The throw to second, not in time. Pops out of Roll's gloves. That breaks up the no-hitter.
That was only a matter of time till Aber finally had to give up a hit in a Crawdad uniform. But what, the first 9, 10 batters today, the first 6, his first time out, 16 straight without a hit. What a commendable effort. I guess add 1 because there was a base runner. So 17 batters, no hits allowed. I mean, he almost made a combined no-hitter, was past halfway.
Eric Espinoza, pinch hitter here for Caden Lewis. But Aber, first runner in scoring position on the day for him now. Facing another right-hander in Espinoza. Comes home, first offering, a fastball fouled away over the Crawdad dugout to the first base side. 0-1 to Espinoza from Redondo Beach, California. Espinoza has appeared now in 7 games for PBG, a 158 hitter. 2 runs driven in, looking for number 3 here. 0-1 from Aber. Slider misses low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Espinoza. But Aber, early contender for Crawdad Player of the Game. Miles Tencher, the submarine right-hander, warming up. Could be called in at any time. Aber looks to second, brings the 1-1 home. Fastball ripped deep into the left center gap. Pulasic and Perez chasing. It'll be the center fielder Perez with it. And Reister feigns the tag from second base. He still hasn't retreated to the bag. Now he will. Rocket throw from Aber, gets into the outfield away from Ramos's glove. And now Reister will go to third.
That's just an unnecessary throw. He was already back into second. Essentially when Aber tried to fire that one across, but when you throw 92 off the mound, might as well try and fire a fastball into second. But again, not needed. However, kind of low-ish risk. Pretty low reward as well. Because, I mean, you move the runner into third with 2 outs, worst case scenario. And again, runner on third with 2 outs, not too different from runner on second with 2 outs. So I guess in the end, you're not too mad about it, but could have held him at second without making a throw.
First run of the game for PBG, 90 feet away. Nomar Vasquez, the first baseman at the dish now. Reach on an E4 in the second. That was the first base runner for Aber. Right-hander kicks and delivers. Inside slider misses. 1-0 to Vasquez, who in his last at-bat started with a first pitch ball. And Aber delivered a strike with the fastball and put the third pitch in play. 1-0 from Aber. Fastball inner third. Vasquez holds the bat. 2 balls and no strikes. Aber through 3 2/3 already, as we're just approaching the 1 hour mark in this game.
Wow.
Gone by fast. The 2-0. Outer third fastball. First strike of this at-bat to Vasquez.
Maybe time flies when you're having fun, but maybe time flies when it's the longest day of the year.
Perhaps so. A little bit of a brain teaser that is.
Summer solstice today. Happy summer, everybody. It's official.
2-1. Slider fouled away into first base territory. Ronson tracking over to the wall, and it lands in front of him. Instead of an out, it's 2-2. Haruta on deck for PBG. And Aber just needs one more pitch to get through 4 innings of spotless work. Vasquez at the dish trying to plate the first run of the day for the Philippines baseball group. Looking to play spoiler. 2-0 lead for Walnut Creek. Aber, his 2-2. Fastball at the knees, just missed low. Full count.
Yeah, really just a touch off the zone, out and down. But that's the spot to look for. I mean, Aber's been nailing it in both outings to the righties. And it opens up the slider that kind of falls off the table. Looks like it's going to clip the outer edge, then all of a sudden diving out of the zone. Might throw that here 3-2, or just trust the fastball, challenge Vasquez.
Payoff pitch.
Yeah.
Fastball, high chopper to short, rolls, collects on a short hop, across the diamond in time. 6-3 put out and 4 spotless innings for Hudson Aber. 4 strikeouts to his tally, 1 hit allowed. What a massive second outing. We'll take a break, go to the bottom half. Crawdads trying to add to the lead. The California Collegiate League's biggest event of the summer is coming to Reno, Nevada on Saturday, July 4th. The 2026 CCL All-Star Game will bring together the league's top players and future professional prospects at Greater Nevada Field, home of the Reno Aces. Following the game, fans will enjoy a spectacular fireworks show as part of the America 250 celebration. To purchase tickets and learn more, visit www.calsummerball.com. Top of the 4th, Barrett Ronson, Shane Aldridge, and Elijah Ramos due up. New pitcher for the Philippines baseball group, the left-hander Richie Barrera, a guy who has not pitched yet this summer. Just 3 at-bats in 3 games. Has not recorded a hit, just a strikeout and a flyout. But Barrera from Silmar, California, 5'10", 195 pounds, tasked with keeping the Crawdad bats quiet.
Comes right over the top from the left side, too. That's a bit unusual. You don't see a whole lot of lefties kind of in general just at this level, but especially with those either right over the top or down low arm angles. So going to be a bit of a dance. See how the Crawdads can figure this out.
Third pitcher of the game for PBG, second left-hander. Ronson steps in, bright red torpedo bat. Same model that Tyler Soderstrom of the Athletics uses. Barrera looks in, winds, kicks, and fires. Fastball slashed foul. 0-1 to Barrett Ronson. He flew out to center field on 3 pitches, his first at-bat in the second. Ronson enters today, a .244 hitter in 12 games for the Crawdads. 7 runs batted in on 10 hits. 0-1 pitch from Barrera. Fastball high. Count even at 1.
Ronson perhaps hoping to emulate early 2025 Tyler Soderstrom. The time where he was leading the league in homers, I think.
1-1. Ronson takes a fastball high.
Good year this year, too. A lot of power.
Yeah, he's really flashing it now. Perhaps with the help of that torpedo bat shape.
And leading the league in doubles. 20 of them.
2-1 to Ronson. Breaking ball misses the upper part of the zone. Hitter-friendly count to Ronson, the Crawdad first baseman. Has flashed a lot of pop already, but just 2 extra base hits this season. Hits the ball really hard. The 3-1 to him. Sails over the catcher Aloy's head. Ronson works a 5-pitch walk to lead off the bottom of the 4th.
Whoops. It's not the pitch you'd hope to see in your first batter faced of the day. Sailing over the head of the catcher to the backstop. You're just grateful you did it. Do the first batter rather than someone, well, someone was on base. But, man, take a look at those stats from yesterday. Charlie, it was a show by the Crawdads offense.
14 hits, 6 walks, 10 left on base in that 12-6 victory against Alameda. Aldridge to the dish. 1 for 1 with a single. Also stole a base. First pitch, he swings. Hit into left. Pena turns around, moves to the right, catches the ball. Now a 1-out base runner for Ramos at the bottom of the Crawdad order.
Another fly ball. That was a bit of an adventure for the PBG outfield out there. See now, Pena and Haruta kind of get turned around a couple of different times on deep fly balls. So just trying to get a feel for the sky here in Monte Vista and Danville.
Ramos comes up 0 for 1, reached on an E9 in the second. Shane Aldridge scored on that play. First pitch from Barrera. Fastball low and outside part of the zone. It's a strike. Ramos on that error was able to reach second. 0-1 pitch to the right-hander. Outer third fastball for another strike. Quickly 0-2 to Elijah Ramos.
2 really phenomenal pitches, too, after the fly out. But then also, 1 pitch before that, throwing the ball straight to the backstop over the head of the catcher. Good get back for Barrera.
Barrera looking to settle in. Seems to have found a groove early in this at-bat. 0-2 out of the stretch. Ramos takes high and tight. 3 straight heaters from the left-hander Barrera. Ramos, former Cal State East Bay guy, but no stranger to the CCL, played with Sonoma in 2024 when he was an all-star. 1-2 to him. Lifted into the left center gap. Trailing back, Pena makes the catch glove side to his left, and Ronson has to retreat back to first. It was well struck, Harry, but really nice play from Pena.
It was maybe just a little bit off the end. That didn't let that one kind of ride out there and into the gap, but yeah, Pena making a nice play after, again, looking a little bit uncomfortable on the one before. That one, perfect read on it. Race to the spot and put the glove on it. Nice play on the run.
Ronson still at first following his leadoff walk. 2 straight flyouts to left field. Now it's Peyton Rolls at the dish. Barrera picks back to first. Vasquez has to leap up and snag it above the head to prevent it from going into the Crawdad bullpen. Tencher, the right-hander, still throwing pitches for Walnut Creek. Primed to enter the game in the top of the 5th. Barrera kicks and delivers. Rolls, hits a fastball on a line to right. Lewis camps forward and makes the catch. That'll do it for the Crawdads in the bottom of the 4th. They strand Ronson at first, and we'll head to the top of the 5th. PBG still trailing by 2.
Introducing
Crawdads go to the bullpen. 4 innings, 1 hit, 4 strikeouts, no runs, no walks for Hudson Aber. And now Miles Tencher, the right-hander from Cal Berkeley. The go-to option for manager Brent Cummings and pitching coach Dustin Cheney of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Tencher this season has really started to put it together in his last 2 outings, Harry. He's gone an inning against Menlo Park earlier this week and San Francisco on Wednesday and Friday, respectively. 5 total strikeouts to just 1 hit. And even more notable, only a couple walks. Tencher, that's been kind of the thing with him. Can he limit the walks and the hits? Because the strikeout stuff is there.
Is really what got him, yeah. In the spring and summer of 2025, just kind of astronomical walk numbers. There's not really a way to dance around it, but man, he's fantastic this summer so far, living in the zone. And even when he's not in the zone, it's because he's throwing his nasty 20-plus inch horizontal break sweeper that warrants a swing and miss from so many righties. Because it looks like it's going to be in the zone, that just keeps going away and away. He is nearly impossible to hit right now.
3 straight righties due up. First pitch to Haruta, the sweeper, misses low. 1 ball, no strikes to the PBG center fielder. Haruta, Lamarzna, and Aloy due up. 6, 7, and 8. Tencher exhales, brings the 1-0 home. Sweeper outside, 2-0. Just a 2-pitch guy, Tencher is. Sinker, sweeper. And the breaking ball, of course, over 20 inches of induced horizontal break from that sidearm delivery. The 2-0. Sweeper sits in the zone this time. Strike 1.
I mean, it's an elite pitch. It's an elite pitch, and it's fun to see it from this angle now, too, actually. We've had some setups kind of down the lines recently in the away games. Now back home, we're right behind the plate.
Can see how much it moves. 2-1. Goes right back to the well, and Haruta fouls it back. 2-2.
I'm just glad I don't have to hit against it. I mean, it's unbelievable. And the arm angle, sub-zero, negative 21 degrees. That is a look that you don't see very often.
It's just funk. Tencher kicks and delivers. 2-2 sweeper outside. Full count to Haruta. Hit into a fielder's choice in the second. He reached first safely. But the Crawdads were able to get Vasquez moving over to second. Tencher, the payoff delivery. Sweeper fouled away over the Crawdad dugout to first. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes to the rising 6th-year Haruta at Simpson University.
I mean, he almost exclusively throws the sweeper. It's been up about 60, 70. Last time out, it was 90% of the usage was the sweeper. Just try and hit it.
3-2, sweepers in the dirt, and Haruta works the leadoff walk. Seems like more of the same, Harry. Tencher just spamming the breaking ball.
So far, 100% today. Yeah, just what I meant to say is he's daring you to try and hit it. And it's not easy to do because, I mean, again, 20-plus inches of horizontal break. That is unbelievable. That's major league level. Over in the ACC, throwing it at Cal Berkeley.
Yeah, threw a lot in 2025, but not at all this spring. Lamarzna steps in, the designated hitter. First pitch. What do you think it was? A sweeper. Missed low, though.
And a good spot for it, too.
I'd agree.
Just doesn't warrant the swing, just off the edge. But if this team can just pass the bat down and say, hey, just lay off of it, it gives him a chance because he wants to swing and miss. He'll throw it out of the zone pretty consistently.
Tencher, the 1-0. Runner goes. Clisby. His throw to second was well high. Ramos has to leap up and snag it. Breaking ball inside this time from Tencher. So 2-0 to Wyatt Lamarzna. And now a battery meeting.
And that right there is really the only weakness to Tencher's, or has been the only weakness to Tencher's game so far this summer, is that it's been fairly easy to run off of because Sidewinder kind of takes a lot of labor to get into his motion, and then as well as that, since he throws the sweeper so much of the time, pitch not going to come in as fast, about 78 miles an hour, what it averages, so easier to run an off speed, of course, than fastballs.
Tencher stares down at second. Now the 2-0. A sweeper in the opposite batter's box. 3-ball count to Lamarzna. And already some more action in the Crawdad bullpen. Sam Johnston, Tencher's teammate at Cal, warming up looking to make his debut for Walnut Creek at the end of week 3. 3-0 from the right-hander. Sweeper sits on the inner third, strike 1. Tencher now up to 7 walks on the year to 10 strikeouts. It's been his Achilles heel. Had 18 walks to 2 strikeouts last summer with the Wilmar Stingers in the Northwoods. Another sweeper this time, 3-1, gets it across at the knees. Full count to Lamarzna. Back-to-back full counts for PBG. Also a left-hander of their own warming up in the left field side bullpen. Tencher, the payoff. Sweeper fouled away.
He's really starting to command it too, east and west. That's dangerous if he can put it accurately on both sides of the plate at will.
Tencher peers into Clisby. Receives the call. Turns and deals the 3-2. Runner goes. Sweeper outside, ball 4. And Haruta snags third. 2 walks that Tencher has dished out in his first 2 batters. Runners on the corners. No one out. Top of the 5th. And PBG threatening. Duke Aloy comes to the dish. Haruta's teammate at Simpson. And Aloy this spring at Simpson, a true freshman. Hit .360 in 32 games. 25 runs driven in. Tencher winds and fires. Sweeper hit in the air to left. Plastic charging forward. Never mind. It'll be the shortstop rolls into shallow left to get it. And the runners hold.
That's a big out to get there. Just unproductive. Nice play by Rolls again. To sprint to the spot, get there. I thought maybe it was a little bit deeper and maybe Haruta would try to test things, try and tag up from third, but no. Only a few steps onto the outfield grass. That would be insane. Also now only 1 out. Still a lot of ways you can get in and score.
Have to have kind of crazy speed in order to tag from third on that play. Nonetheless, runners on the corners, 1 out for Christopher Versailles. First offering runner goes, and a pass ball behind Clisby. They'll hold Haruta at third. But Wyatt Lamarzna moves away with the steal and eliminates the double play opportunity.
That does, though, feel like a missed opportunity over there at third from Haruta. Just kind of a tough read. It did bounce back to Clisby, but had he been on it right away, broke right as the pitch went past Clisby, he probably could have scored. Tencher, a good job to get home and cover. Now 1 swing away, and this game could be tied.
That it could be, Harry. Tencher with the 1-0. Sweeper sits at the knees. Strike 1 to Versailles.
There you go. Corner's going to come in as well. So they're willing to trade a run for an out if it goes up the middle, are the Crawdads, but to the corners, they want to hold that runner there, looking back, go 1.
1-1. Wave and a miss.
Wow.
Sweeper almost seemed like it moved up in the zone.
Yeah, that's what you can get with that submarine delivery is the pitch that looks like it's rising. Tyler Rogers, the famous rising frisbee slider. I mean, he goes from about as low as I've ever seen anyone throw, but Tencher still kind of same idea. Below the belt, vertical break.
The 1-2 from the right-hander. Sweeper fouled off the end of Versailles' bat. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Haruta at third. Lamarzna at second. Philippines baseball group trailing by 2 to the Walnut Creek Crawdads on this Father's Day Sunday here in late June. One-two offering from Johnston. Slider in the dirt. Clisby diving effort to the glove side. Saves the pass ball.
That was one of the most unbelievable plays I've seen made by a catcher. And you know what? Clisby goes the old school where he crouches down, knees up off the ground. You'd have to think a catcher with the knees on the ground wouldn't have had a chance at that.
Probably not.
Clisby able to launch off both feet. Wow, that saved a run.
That it did. 1-2. inside sweeper again. And now a full count to Versells.
I'm not over that diving stop behind the plate. That was awesome. Now Tencher got to settle in. You do have an open base at first. Set up the force anywhere if you walk the hitter, but it will turn it over to the top of the order.
Righty's payoff. Fouled away into the crowd. Out of play. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. Versells, rising sophomore at West Valley College. Played in just 6 games this spring. Johnston throwing to today's bullpen catcher, Drew Longacre for Walnut Creek, who got the start yesterday. Tencher, his attention home. The 3-2. Sweeper outside, ball 4. 3 walks in the top of the 5th. Bases loaded, 1 out. PBG needs 1 swing to tie this game, maybe even take the lead.
You can commend him too. This is the best approach we've seen against Tencher so far. Just spin on the sweeper. If it's heading outside, lay off of it. I bet here against the lefty, he'll try and bring some sinkers, try and induce a ground ball double play, and out at home again. Still playing infield, or the middle of the infield rather, back. This time looking for a double play. So the shortstop rolls shaded over to second with the corners in.
Santiago 0 for 2. First pitch from Tencher. 2-seamer misses inside.
There you go. First pitch goes with it. Trying to tightrope out of this, though. Still only 1 out. A lot of ways that the Philippines can at least cut this lead in half.
Tencher kicks and deals. Wave and a miss. Just got him off speed down low. Santiago grounded out to Aber in the first, struck out on 5 pitches in the third. Looking to get some soft contact, put his team ahead on something in the outfield. Tencher's going to step off here. Just recollect. Adjust the jersey. Santiago, 2 RBIs this season. Looking for more. 1-1. Sweeper at the knees. Tencher just froze Santiago there. 1-2.
Looking for something else, but Santiago has had his best swings with 2 strikes so far today, though it's 0 for 2. Been able to fight. Work a lot of pitches out of the starter, Hudson Aber. Now might do the same against Tencher.
1-2 delivery. Sweeper tapped foul off of Santiago's lead foot. It remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. The PBG shortstop, Santiago. Massive opportunity with 1 out here to put his team on the board. Better yet, a chance to tie or even go ahead with a bases clearing extra base hit, potentially. 1-2 again. Ground ball to second. Ramos flips to rolls at second for 1. On to first in time. Pitcher's best friend. How about that, Harry? 3 walks for Miles Tencher, and then they roll a pair, the Crawdads do. They still lead 2-0. To the bottom of the 5th we go.
Bottom fifth. Welcome back to Monte Vista High School in Danville, California. Harry Setrakian, Charlie Limoncelli, our producer Jack Brooks. Bottom five coming up, which means I'll be taking you the rest of the way on play-by-play duties. And Charlie, it's been a very well-pitched game so far. Just 4 hits combined, 4 errors combined as well, but the runs only coming for the Crawdads so far, who have a 2-3-4 to face the lefty Richie Barrera into his second inning of work. Daniel Polasic leads off, takes strike 1 here on Father's Day, first day of summer. Charlie, do you have any memories that stick out about your father in baseball or summer, anything?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he coached T-ball, Little League when I used to play all the way back in the day. Those are very fond memories.
0-1 to Polasic, lefty versus lefty, pops it into foul territory next to third. Vercelis is in and over, but he can't get it. Hits off the glove and goes foul for a strike. So Polasic's still down 0-2, but a bit of a second life here.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. An extra life for Daniel Polasic. He'll certainly take it. Tough contact there. Barrera attacks him inside, lefty-lefty. That's exactly what you want to do.
Ashton Sharon just announced that the next batter was coming up, but that one dropped. Goes to 0-2. But those are the best times, the dad coaching T-ball, baseball, through the Little League years. No balls, 2 strikes to Daniel Polasic. Front door breaking ball. Catches him looking. Great spot by Richie Barrera. Nothing you can do, so 3-pitch strikeout. And Polasic down to 0 for 3 today.
Yeah, really tough at-bat there for Daniel Polasic. Barrera just does a nice job attacking that inner third against the left-hander. And there's not a whole lot you can do.
That brings up Kevin Parker Jr., 1 for 2 today with an RBI double. Also stole a base, stole third in the first. Flew out to right the second time, hit it pretty good. Awaiting the first pitch from the lefty, Barrera. Breaking ball outside for a ball. And back on the note, I mean, my dad would always, we'd wake up early with me and my brothers and we'd go to the nearby park and do these baseball workouts. It consisted of hitting a foam ball into the fence, you know, throwing together.
Wow.
Working on some grounders. That'd be at like 6:30 in the morning before school as there's a strike on the outside to Kevin Parker.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it was worth the get up though. Fun to play out there with all the boys. And KPJ, 1 ball, 1 strike. Richie Barrera, the lefty, into the slow windup. Fouled away. Another summer memory that pops out actually to me regarding my dad is actually fishing for crawdads.
Wow, look at that.
At this family camp we used to go to, it's right on Fallen Leaf Lake in right off of South Lake Tahoe on the California side, and a lot of crawdads out there. 1-2 to KPJ's, popped up high to right. Espinoza, the new right fielder, is camped under and does a little dance to his right, makes the catch, sticks with it. But yeah, so there was the very shallow end of the lake off of one of the boat docks. Basically, the way you do it is you rig a string around a stick, and then you tie a rock to the end of the string as a weight, and then the most important part is the bait. And usually it'd be deli meat from the cafeteria, so
Okay.
piece of ham, piece of salami. My dad claimed that the gummy pizza was actually the best bait for crawdads.
That is certainly a take I've never heard.
First pitch breaking ball in the dirt to Sutter Moss, who's 0 for 1 today with a walk and a strikeout. And it never resulted in much success for me, but neither did really any type of bait, as the 1-0 gets away from the catcher, 2-0. So I think it was user error, and I don't want to be a mechanic that blames his tools. That's the sign of a bad mechanic, is one who blames his tools. So I still believe in the gummy pizza strategy working out to fish for crawdads, but man, I was pretty hopeless out there. 2-0 to Moss, driven high and deep to center. Back goes Haruta at the track, runs out of room, and that's out of here. Sutter Moss leaves the yard to dead center field. His first of the summer.
I called it earlier today, Harry. I was telling you before the game, I think Sutter Moss is going yard today. The swing has looked so good, and it does right there. Attacks on the 2-0 count, knows he's got to get a good pitch, And even lefty against Barrera takes him dead center field. Just a tower shot, and that's exactly what we know he can do based on his time at Delta College. Smooth like Sutter, that swing was.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. That one hammered to center field. My goodness, has to be just about 400 feet. There's the 375 marker in left center. It gets a little deeper as you go right to dead center. First pitch then to Brandon Clisby, the catcher, takes ball one. Has the platoon advantage this at bat, but boy, oh boy, that might have been the longest homer we've seen of the summer.
I'd say so. It's either got to be that or Winchell's walk-off homer a couple days ago against Alameda, where he also went dead center.
Yeah, those two, probably the top two. 1-0 to Clisby, eye level. But man, we were waiting for that swing. Sutter Moss was depositing balls way beyond right field in batting practice yesterday in Alameda. 2-0, Clisby, a big swing, fouls it back. And yeah, you were on the call, absolutely. That's credit to you, man.
Yeah, I mean, I just think the way he's been swinging the bat, it was inevitable. We know he's a stands at 6 foot 210. He's got a whole lot of muscle and just absolutely juiced it with the swing.
Yeah, that was crushed.
Plus, he looked fantastic in batting practice yesterday.
So he joins 5 other Crawdads with a homer this season as the pitch runs into Clisby. It did not get him. Got hit last time and now goes up 3-1. But it also extends the Crawdads' lead in the CCL in home runs, 12th on the year. It's been a slew of them over the last, I feel like, just 2 or 3 days.
It's the Walnut Creek Boppers, I feel like. The ball is just flying off these wood barrels.
Clisby, hitters count, 3-1, pops one way up towards the infield, over into the expansive foul ground next to first as Vasquez will camp under it and make the catch. So an otherwise quick inning for the lefty Barrera in his second, but the big swing by Sutter Moss takes him deep to dead center field. So the Crawdads add 1 to the lead, extended out to 3. 3-0 to the 6th we go. New pitcher into the ballgame, and it's Samuel Johnston, the fellow Golden Bear with Miles Tencher. He will be joining the team for the spring season in 2027. Took his red shirt this year, so he'll be a redshirt freshman next year. But here, he's a fresh, new Crawdad awaiting his first pitch of collegiate level action here in Danville. So just over from Berkeley, not too far away. His first pitch is a ball up and away to Hector Pena.
Scratch that pinch hitter.
New pinch hitter.
Austin Bash.
Austin Bash into the game. I was going to say, last time Pena was not a lefty. So now it goes 2-0 to Bash, fresh off the bench. Two balls, no strikes from Johnston. This is a fastball ripped back up the middle for a base hit. Just the second hit of the day for Philippines. And the pinch hitter Bash on to begin the 6th inning in a game that's still very close. 3-run game after the Crawdads added 1 in the 5th, had 1 in each of the 1st and 2nd innings. But so far, Philippines scoreless, have gotten runners on, gotten them into scoring position, but have left 5 on base, including 3 last inning when they were loaded.
Yeah, they've been kind of struggling at the dish, haven't been able to really lock in momentum. Obviously walked a lot with Tencher on the hill. Now maybe with Johnston a chance to capitalize on the new pitcher.
Big breaking ball swung through by the lefty Wrightster for strike 1. He's got a double today, 1 for 2. And Johnson not the only guy making his Crawdads debut today or this inning. In fact, the 2026 Crawdads debut. It's Cam Taylor over there now at first, who's in for his first action of the summer, but has played with the Crawdads before.
Yeah, he was one of the best players on the 2025 roster, a guy that just got on base practically every day.
Next pitch, another vertical breaking ball, this time to Taylor at first. He'll have his first action, racing to the bag. They got him. Taylor beats the speedy Wrightster for out number 1. Fielder's choice, though, so the runner goes to second. I thought things got a little close over there. Thought maybe Johnston stepped in the way of Wrightster down the line. Maybe they were going to call some kind of interference, but he's avoided.
Yep, stood out of the way. Yeah,
Just
Cam
enough.
Taylor, really, really good addition to the first base. Can also play corner outfield for Walnut Creek. Just a guy with plus power and really good defense over at first, good contact ability, and good plate discipline. He'll be fun to watch.
Vertical breaking ball from Johnston again to Eric Espinoza, takes strike 1, who's in for his second plate appearance after coming in for Caden Lewis, who started in right. 4th inning, Espinoza pinch hit, flew out to center. He's got a runner in scoring position, and Austin Bash. Next pitch, another breaker off the outside. Clisby can't find it after it goes in the dirt. Runner advances up to third. A really nice read by Bash, seeing that one in the dirt. So goes as a wild pitch advance. And 1 ball and 1 strike. As the righty now, a lot of ways to get this run in with just 1 down. Corners again creep in. Taylor at first. Parker Jr. at third. Rolls at short, Ramos at second, staying back. Swing and a miss. Fastball. Gets by Espinoza.
It's a really good challenge pitch for Johnston. He's really been featuring the curveball to start this inning, but outer third fastball, way to change speeds on Espinoza. Now you can go pretty much anywhere you want. Looking for a put away.
1-2. Lined out towards right field. Aldridge has a beat on it. Now coming in, he'll catch. And the runner bluffs but stays at third. Thought he had a decent chance. That one kind of medium deep to right. But he will stay home. Austin Bash holds put.
Yeah, didn't want to challenge the arm of Shane Aldridge, and probably a good thing he didn't. Aldridge put that on a line out in front of Clisby, working towards third. Would have had a chance to catch him out at home.
So Bash at third, a little bit bashful, not wanting to come home. And now he's got his team with 2 outs. And the 5-hitter Nomar Vasquez coming up to the plate. Taking ball 1 off the outside, another breaker from Johnston. Really likes to throw that breaking ball. A vertical movement, kind of over the top, similar to Hudson Aber, the starter today, but this one more of a true curveball than when compared to Aber's slider. 1-0 in there for a strike.
Really nice looping curveball from Johnston there. Kind of froze Vasquez, wasn't looking for it, so able to get ahead. Not ahead, but even the count at 1.
One apiece. Bash on third. At the plate, an early swing and a miss by Vasquez. Strike 2. Really working that curveball.
Yeah, he is. 3 straight breaking balls from Johnston. Sets up well. Now you can play probably a fastball. I'd go fastball high and tight on Vasquez. Give him a jam shot. Let the infield do the rest of the work.
The hit by Bash was off the fastball. to lead off the inning. He's now on third, but one strike away is Johnson from getting out of it. Chopped to third. In is Parker Jr. from the grass. Throws to first. Well in time. So they strand the leadoff runner. He eventually got up to third. Didn't want to tag up on a line out to right. And the Philippines therefore remain scoreless through 5.5. Crawdads up 3-0. Today's player of the game will be brought to you by Worth Group Restaurants, a local collection of East Bay restaurants owned and operated by Rodney Worth. This includes the Peasant and the Pear in Danville, the Bourbon Pear in Livermore, and the Golden Pear in Walnut Creek. Worth Group Restaurants, an official partner of the Walnut Creek Crawdads. And for the Crawdads, 6, 7, and 8, Dylan Perez, Cam Taylor getting his first plate appearance, and Shane Aldridge. So 3 lefties due up against the lefty Ethan Tondag into the game after the lefty Richie Barrera went 2 innings, gave up a hit, a run, a walk, and a strikeout. So first pitch rides inside to Dylan Perez. 0 for 2 today, has a strikeout and flew out to center. Down to 3 for 17 on the week of play. That one hit hard but foul, way out in front of a change or some type of off-speed pitch. So 1 ball, 1 strike, though a good swing.
Yeah, just loud contact for Perez, what he's so good at doing, putting the ball in play hard.
Austin Bash, who pinch hit for Hector Pena, stays in the game and left. He's out in front of another one, but staying alive, Dylan Perez. It was 1-1, so regardless, he's would have been alive after that pitch.
That he would, but has to kind of take a hack, force 2. Good pitch from Tondag in the zone.
I've also been informed that Austin Bash went to preschool with a friend of mine calling the games for Arroyo Seco this year, Dylan de Cesare.
Well, look at that.
1-2 to Perez, inside. No, inside corner on the front door, breaking ball. Called strike 3. So Tondag gets his first batter looking.
And just a really nice pitch on that inner third. Perez was just stunned. Clearly wasn't ready for whatever that offering was, the off speed.
So now here's what everyone's been waiting for today. Cam Taylor.
Well, if everybody means me, then yes.
Absolutely, the first at-bat this season for the Crawdads, and he'll get drilled by the first pitch. So we'll have to wait for his first at-bat, but first plate appearance, he's got an 1,000 on-base percentage.
Well, look at that. Cam Taylor. I was going to launch into the diatribe, but I'll just wait. I'll wait till next at-bat for him. But he does have some speed on the base paths.
Product of the NAIA at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College, ABAC. I was not in tune to ABAC until I read his player profile before the season.
He was a monster for them.
Absolutely. 377, 451, 596, the slash line in 46 games played. Now Shane Aldridge, the third of 3 lefties in this inning, takes ball 1 as it skips in. Yeah, a guy who really found his footing again this spring, again at the NAIA level. after kind of faltering in the Atlantic Sun Conference at the Division I level at Eastern Kentucky.
Yeah, had a tough season at Eastern Kentucky last spring. Really ironed it out with the Crawdads last summer.
Tondag, a floating breaking ball, catches the zone for strike one to Shane Aldridge. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's paid dividends for Cam Taylor. I mean, just look at the results from this spring. Wonder if, I'll have to ask him if he's going to go back to A-back or if he's going to hit the portal. But nonetheless, a valuable add to any program.
1-1. Aldridge watches that one all the way in for a ball outside. Tracked that pitch very, very well. The righty Ramos awaits on deck with Peyton Rolls to follow. If another batter were to get on here with 1 down. Next pitch to Aldridge, pulled foul. Two balls and 2 strikes. 1 down in a 3-0 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th inning for the CCL North second place Crawdads. 9-4, chasing the Slow Blues at 14-3, who finally lost yesterday. Taylor bluffs a go, heads back, and Aldridge gets a pitch that he rides out towards right center, but in his Haruta medium deep, he's got it. Out number 2. And the second fly out of the day for Shane Aldridge.
Looked really nice off the bat. I thought it might have had some carry, but wind didn't do it any favors, blowing in straight from that area, right center field gap. But Aldridge, the swings are looking nice. I really like the way the bat's moving. The path is kind of level, but he's getting under it just enough to lift the ball.
He is, and to your point, right on time, just a little under it. And, of course, wind doesn't help.
Nope, not at all.
The 9th-place hitter, Elijah Ramos, 0 for 2, has reached on an error. Shoots this one to the right side, but foul off the end of the bat. Ready to go at the first pitch. Crawdads were very, very antsy at the start of this week, swinging at a lot of early count pitches, putting it in play, but getting kind of a lot of quick outs. Since then, it's been a lot of patience, working some walks, working long at-bats, getting their pitches. Next pitch floats outside, ball number 1. One and 1. Ramos awaits. Tondag from the stretch, a half swing. He did go around as they appeal to first. I thought the home plate ump was going to call that one. That was pretty clear that he committed to that swing.
Yeah, I'd agree.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tondag searching for his second strikeout of the inning and to get out of it with just the 1 base runner. Runner goes. Taylor, pitch way up above the zone. Aloy had to leap up just to save it from going to the backstop, so Taylor steals second.
First of the year. He had 8 last season with Walnut Creek. And like I talked about, guy who at a 6'5", 220, or excuse me, 6'2", 225 frame, wouldn't expect to be a threat to steal as many bags as he does.
47 now for the Crawdads. Yeah, he's a big dude, but he can move. It's now a 2-2 count. Ramos stays alive, fouls it off to the right side. Holds it 2-2. Ramos putting up a good fight. A premier contact hitter in his season during the spring. Next pitch outside, 3-2. But a guy who's hit just so many singles, able to spray the ball around the field and rarely strikes out, makes a lot of contact.
Yeah, he's such a fantastic contact hitter for Walnut Creek. Just a matter of time before he really gets hot.
But just 1 for his last 21. Payoff pitch. Ramos again goes right side, foul.
That's exactly what you talk about, Harry. He just battles off. It's hard to put him away with a strikeout.
And Tondag's living right near the zone, so these are swings you have to make. You think about when guys get into swing mode with 2 strikes, and it's not exactly what's going on here just because every pitch has been so close. It's been the correct decision to try and fight it off. So now with Taylor on second, another 3-2 and another foul back on the swing by Ramos. This is a great at-bat as a 9-hitter. Just work the pitches out of the new pitcher into the game, tire him out. Try and flip it over to the top, but if you can't, I mean, again, still you work a lot of pitches out of a guy who's working quite efficiently in his first inning of work here in the 6th. Another 3-2. Ramos takes ball 4. What an at-bat.
Yeah, how about the plate discipline from Elijah Ramos? Man, great eye. Tracked it the whole way through. Knew it was coming inside and low. Just stood tall, held the bat. Fantastic.
So now he does the job at the 9 spot and flips it over to the top. Peyton Rolls, his 4th plate appearance. 1 for 3 with a single run scored. So stole a bag when he was on in the 1st. Now a big run scoring opportunity with speed on both bases. Goes after the first one, chops it to short on the high hop. Santiago will grab it and go the short way to second. Wrightster covering. Crawdads do not come around to score. So no hits, but 2 free passes is the only damage after Tondag gets out of the 6th inning. 3-0, Crawdads lead it. After a nice inning for Samuel Johnston, his first inning as a Crawdad, a hit, and that's it. It's Carlos Hernandez, who's now in for the 6th time as a Crawdad this season. And the ERA a bit deceiving, up at 7.36, but in 7 1/3, he's really been pretty solid. The strikeout rate, over 24, so 8 strikeouts in those 7 1/3. That's a really solid rate, and to just 2 walks, he's been throwing the ball extraordinarily well lately.
Yeah, but the other thing to consider, Harry, is that 4 of his earned runs came in that opening day game against Head First Baseball, so
Yeah.
they don't count in his CCL tally. If you look at his CCL stats, 2.82 ERA in 4 appearances, now his 5th. He's been really effective since that first week for Walnut Creek.
Exactly. It's all been up and up since league play started. His first pitch to Tyler Haruta, up and in. For ball 1, Haruta been on base twice. Only guy in this lineup for the baseball group who's done so. Way out in front of that one, fouls it away. But Carlos Hernandez, yeah, it's a bullpen that we've looked at, feels like the last 3-4 games in a row and said, wow, we really like the guys who are set to go today. And I mean, that's just a sign of a really complete pen that's excellent all the way around. Slider taken by Haruta.
Yeah, there just really aren't any holes in the Crawdad bullpen, at least to this point in the season, Harry. Everybody's really finding their command, throwing strikes, and the stuff is good for everybody.
2-1 to Haruta, just fouled off. Hard down biting slider for Carlos Hernandez. He'll throw that the most out of any of his pitches at about 38%. And the sinker, the 4-seam come next. And then the changeup uses very conservatively, but it's going to be a lot of slider, sinker, 4-seam. So working the outside to the righties. 2-2. Haruta goes after a tough slider and fights it off. Nice swing to somehow stay alive.
Yeah, that was just a disgusting slider at the edge of the bat, and Haruta able to just get a piece off that tip. But yeah, that's good. And I think, Harry, the point I was going to try and make is that good pitching beats good hitting every day of the week and twice on Sunday in the CCL. So if the Crawdads bullpen can stay as elite as they have been, this could be a team that does a lot in the playoffs.
Well, this 2-2 is drilled out to the gap. So Haruta maybe breaks the trend, and all of a sudden he's going to hold up at first. I thought he was homeward bound to second base, but kind of awkwardly just stopped in place, spun back around, and headed back to first.
Yeah, I wonder if he just got the stop sign from his first base coach. It's kind of strange.
And Perez got to it pretty quickly. I think Haruta was going to run into the first baseman, Cam Taylor. I think that's kind of what happened. I think they got tied up a little bit. So third base coach of the Philippines baseball group going to head over and chat with the first base ump. It didn't look like a natural movement. It really looked like he was trying to avoid contact, but not much argument from Haruta. So I don't know if he would even really dispute the fact that Taylor was in his way. This is kind of odd. That was extra bases. That extra base is written all over it off the bat. So he'll stay at first, I guess.
And I think the first place umpire just kind of waved his hands with the safe signal, I think indicating that there is no out for maybe runner interference or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's the one who can own that baseline when he's running down. But anyway, he's on first, a speed threat. Takes a couple steps towards second as the slider's outside to Wyatt Lamarsna. But man, that ball was hit hard.
Very hard. Just demolished a slider on a little bit towards the inner third.
Sinker bearing in, fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike, top 7. Walnut Creek a slim 3-0 lead against a team that has yet to win. 0-8 are the Philippines. Crawdads at 9-4 have won their last 5, looking for a perfect 6-win week. Hernandez checks on the runner at first, back easily.
Crawdads, I believe the longest winning streak last season was 7 games, which also came in kind of the middle part of July.
Yeah.
So with 2 more wins, we'll be able to match that.
Slider comes in. Lamarnza waits on it, but pops it way up on the infield. Second baseman Ramos in on the grass, makes the catch. The catcher, Duke Aloy, batting 8th, comes back up for the 3rd time. 0 for 2, bounced out to Hudson Aber, his first time in the second. Aber took the business into his own hands and ran all the way to first to retire him then. Then Aloy also popped out to rolls it short. First pitch, Hernandez, 2-seamer just inside. Confirming with his catcher, Brandon Clisby, that's where it missed. He says yes. 1 ball, no strikes.
That's a 4-seamer. It's probably a strike, but I think just that 2-seam action on to the arm side made it a ball.
That one, the 4-seamer, holds onto the outside of the zone. Called for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Perhaps sets up the slider away with a 1-1 count to the righty Aloy, who is 2 for 8 on the season. A walk and a run scored. Haruta at first, back easily.
Harry, we talked about this a little bit yesterday with Bryden Bull playing first, but the advantage of getting Cam Taylor is you get another left-handed first baseman. So the glove, you're able to stretch it a little easier and get tags.
This one tapped off of the leg of Duke Aloy, called by the field ump. Very quickly threw his arms up, very emphatically saying, foul ball, foul, foul, foul. Keep it here, because it was going in play towards the mound, towards Carlos Hernandez, but instead just strike 2. 2 stolen bases today for Tyler Haruta, who stands on first. That was steal number 14 and 15 for Philippines this season. For Haruta, number 1 and 2. I believe it's his first game.
This is.
Didn't see him on the stat sheet at all, or on the roster even, but he's here, he's playing. Fouled back by Duke Aloy, his teammate over at Simpson. Simpson, a team who I saw come down to the Hamlin Sports Complex in Eugene, Oregon, or in Springfield, Oregon, rather. Played against Bushnell. And these two were pretty solid out there. Kind of opposite ends of their college careers right now. Aloy, a young catcher. He watches a slider for ball 2. While Haruta, you mentioned as being a rising 6th year grad student.
Yeah, he's been around the town.
He has. And Aloy learning behind another grad student who also played at Simpson, Brandon Zani, a very solid player who I saw at Bushnell last couple of years. As a slider is hit out weakly to center field for Perez. He goes into the left center field gap a few steps and catches it for out number 2.
Very nice weak contact that Hernandez is able to get there. Just the slider. Apart from the hard hit ball to Haruta, the Philippine Baseball Group bats have really missed thus far.
Absolutely missing barrels so far. And now a new hitter into the game. Pinch hitter, it is John Arnold in for Christopher Vercelis. The righty, John Arnold, that sounds like the name of a founding father.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
But here it's a Philippine baseball player, and the first pitch he sees, much like Cam Taylor, runs off his front shoulder. So a hit by pitch for a couple of the new hitters inserted today. So John Arnold now on to first. And he wasn't very happy about it. That one looked like he got a pretty good part of him.
Yeah, really tough pitch to turn and take into the back. Arnold now appearing in actually just his second game. Debuted yesterday and went 1 for 4 against the San Francisco Seagulls.
But now, more importantly, that brings the tying run up to the plate. Santiago, a guy who you probably wouldn't fear too much of leaving the yard, has not homered yet in summer. First pitch from Hernandez is fouled back, quick hands by Santiago that he's shown off all day today, but to the tune of an 0 for 3. A strikeout and a double play to end the 3rd and 5th innings, too, so it's kind of been a dubious 0 for 3.
Yeah, but he kind of feels due for a hit here, Harry. I mean, he's been swinging the bat really well. The quick hands do him a lot of favors.
Behind 1-0 against Carlos Hernandez, who's in the stretch with a runner on second and first. This one pulled on the ground to first, Cam Taylor. Another bit of action over there at first, and he makes the play just perfectly. So that's out number 3. Another inning ends with Christian Santiago at the plate. 6.5 have come and gone. Crawdads still holding a 3-0 lead on the Crawdads streaming network. Daniel Pulasic to face the lefty Ethan Tondag. First pitch to him, breaking ball is fouled back. Tondag, who had an effective first inning of work, though, did enter some troubled waters. A hit by pitch to Cam Taylor, then a walk to Elijah Ramos, put runners on first and second. After Cam Taylor stole second, but he was able to dance out of it. Now facing 2, 3, and 4 as Pulasic gives one a decent ride down the left side, but it will bend out of play. No balls, 2 strikes to open the inning. Bottom of the 7th here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. We thank you for tuning in here on Father's Day, the first official day of summer in 2026. The longest day of the year, marked by Crawdads baseball. 0-2 to Pulasic, pulled hard on a line to right for a base hit. He's on for the first time today after an excellent day yesterday where he got on 3 separate times, winning Player of the Game honors for the first time in his Crawdad career. So he's been on a roll. He's now got 3 hits over the last 2 days, 3 for about 9. Kind of by the eye test real quick, trying to do some math, but something like that. Kevin Parker Jr. also been lightning hot this week and especially last couple of days, working with Pulasic on first, and they've got Pulasic picked off. Throw down to second from first is into left field once again, so Pulasic gets away with it, and I think he was in before the throw anyways, so I'll give him a stolen bag. And it's number now 48 on the season for the Crawdads as they tick up towards 50 total steals. They've just been lighting it up, especially as of late.
That they have, and it's created so many runs for them, Harry. It's been just a really nice effort to see the fundamental baseball back here in the Creek.
And lefty pitcher versus the righty KPJ, who takes the ball above the zone. The first pitch to him after the pickoff was successful until it wasn't. Righty warming up down in the left field bullpen for Philippines. Next pitch is rolled foul. KPJ 1 for 3 today. Again, the double.
That's Dylan Adams, the right-hander, warming up for PBG. One of the more trusted arms for Philippines baseball group.
One ball, 1 strike. The baseball group pitchers have done a solid job so far, limiting a hot Crawdads offense to 3 runs through 6 innings as that one skips in, ball 2. But feels like Crawdads kind of waiting for an explosion. They've been swinging it well. Just today it's been about for both sides really not capitalizing when they get runners on. For the Crawdads, 7 runners left on. And for PBG, 8. Pitch called a strike on the outside. Nice frame job by Duke Aloy. Steals a strike for his guy, Ethan Tondag.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just the value a catcher adds behind the dish, especially in a league with no ABS. You get away with quite a lot with good framing.
So a 2-2 pitch. Parker now having to protect with the runner on second, and he swings and misses. Goes up and out of the zone. Abides by Tondag's delivery. That's the first out.
Just a really nice pitch from Tondag. Breaking ball top of the zone. Parker Jr. out in front. Knew he had to protect. That's the mind games you play as a pitcher.
Yeah. So 2 strikeouts now for Ethan Tondag. It's the way he's gotten the first out. In both innings he's started, the 6th and the 7th. With Sutter Moss now climbing in. Moss took the lefty Richie Barrera deep his last time up, and he'll take strike 1 against this lefty. But man, that was a majestic shot out to center.
Oh yeah, it was. Just a dead center bomb for Sutter Moss. Really flashing the power in that big frame. We knew it was just a matter of time.
Daniel Pulasic on second. They'll check on him. No throw, though. Tondag just spins and bluffs it. No balls, 1 strike. Moss watches a breaking ball low. This game has kind of been slowed down here. A lot of different pitchers seen. Battle of the bullpens. Just an inning from the starter for PBG. Next pitch to Moss, hit towards short, hard on one hop. Collected by Santiago, he'll fire a strike to first. That's how they get out number 2. Advancing on the play is Daniel Pulasic. He had a nice read. Usually on the ground balls to the left side, you want to stay home with fewer than 2 outs, but he saw that one hit kind of softly enough, more towards the middle than it was to left. Would have been a long throw, so got over there quickly. And sets up Brandon Clisby with a man now 90 feet away from scoring. The righty facing the lefty Tondag. First pitch, changeup, bites off the outside, check swing, didn't no go with the appeal down to first. Clisby's been on base once with a hit by pitch, one of the 2 victims of the HBP today.
Yeah, he and Cam Taylor, but also 2 outs, 2 pop outs for Clisby. Needs to kind of level out the bat. Hit a line drive here.
1-0, taken up high and away. 2-0.
Actually, Harry, a little tidbit. Earlier in the season, Clisby said if he got a 2-0, he's looking to pull one over the left field fence. But that was a long time ago, and he hasn't gotten a 2-0 count since.
Tondag not bringing a whole lot of velocity, so might be a good pitcher to do it against. This pitch catches just the outside for a strike. Something moving back towards the plate. Maybe a slider, cutter. Clisby, not a good pitch to turn on there on the outside, of course. So.
Definitely not. Good take.
And it just shows, he's staying true to his approach. 2-1 still ahead. Clisby swings and crushes one to left, but it will be foul. So maybe waited a 2-1 that time, but wow, that would have had the distance had he straightened it out.
Oh yeah, just a touch early on the kind of a hanging breaking ball there from Tondag. That's one Clisby would love to have back, just to wait a half second later and then demolish it over the scoreboard.
2-2. Clisby swings and hits one high to center with 2 outs. That will not get the run in. Is racing in now. Haruta, who started back. He's had a couple of adventurous routes out in center, but regardless, he puts it away. And Clisby finishes the inning. Another high fly out. So the Crawdads threaten but don't score in the 7th. Still just a 3-0 lead. Final 6 outs for both sides. Coming up. Eighth inning now. Crawdads just holding a slim lead, but are 6 outs away from a perfect 6-0 week as you take a look at how they've fared from week to week so far this season. 4-1 week 1, 2-3 week 2, and now the spot list 5-0 week so far, Charlie. And coming into the week, it was one that you kind of expected might be a week that the Crawdads should run through, as they've been playing some good ball and also had some lesser competition kind of on the schedule, as strike one is fired to Austin Bash, his second attempt on a heater from Carlos Hernandez. But if you look at it, you got the Seagulls twice this week, the Legends once, and now PBG, who all three, as that one's in the dirt for a ball, all three have combined just 6 wins on the season. That's fewer than the Crawdads by 3 wins. So it was, again, a week where you kind of feel like maybe you expect them to go 5-0, though 2 gutsy wins against Alameda, a team that is fighting the Crawdads for the second spot in the CCL North. The breaking ball called a strike on the outside, beautifully backdoored, but this is kind of a good sign for the Crawdads. They're beating the teams they were supposed to beat, and then beating the Merchants, a team kind of right on their tails in a couple of close competitions. 1-2, fooled on the changeup. Austin Bash down swinging his 3rd strikeout of the game. The only Philippine member to strike out more than once today.
Yeah,
He's done it
wow.
3 times.
Look at that. I mean, filthy changeup for Hernandez, but you're absolutely right, Harry. This is a week where the Crawdads coming in, you knew you were going to beat San Francisco. You knew you had a good shot at Menlo Park based on the way that they played in week 1, and then you knew you could probably take care of business against PBG. Alameda was the real question mark, but that's a team that you had already split the season series with 1-1.
Johnny Wrightster stands in, goes around on appeal to 3rd. I thought maybe he didn't, but regardless, Crawdads benefit from the call. The guy who's got a double today.
And Walnut Creek just really looked hot yesterday after getting the walk-off win against Alameda. So you do yourself a lot of favors beating a playoff team like Alameda. Now you're 3-1 on the season series. You only play them 2 more times. So where head-to-head matchups are so important for playoff seeding, you put yourselves in a really good spot.
Swing and a miss. Look like the changeup again from Hernandez. He's bringing it now to the lefties. It goes to 1-2. But that's not to say that this game's a certain win yet. Only 3-0. Here in the 8th, Crawdads probably wishing they had a few more runs. Sinker bearing away is fouled off. Wrightster stuck out the bat. Wrightster 4-17 entering play today. Added a double so far. The average has gone down just a touch. Breaking ball spun through the right side, base hit on the ground. So he'll get another one, and now therefore increases his batting average on the day.
Yeah, he's just been the consistent guy for PBG. They know they can turn to him when they really need a hit. He does the job there. But now if you're Hernandez, just got to look for a ground ball double play. Nothing too complicated. Keep it low in the zone. Go off speed. Go with the slider. Just get some bites, and just hope that Espinoza rolls into one.
Hard throwing Jacob Cobran starting to warm up out in the bullpen. It would be a save situation as it stands right now with the Crawdads just up 3. Runner back to first on the check over there. Eric Espinoza in for his 3rd at bat. 2 flyouts after relieving the starter, Caden Lewis, after his first plate appearance. This one sharply hit the 3rd, diving to his left. Parker to 2nd for 1, over to 1st, a double play. And just like that, the Crawdads go around the horn and end the inning in style. 5-4-3, 8 shutout innings for this Crawdad pitching staff. Bottom of the 8th, Crawdads have the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up. Ethan Tondag had mailed in 2 nice innings of work to keep the lead, or the deficit, I should say, for PBG right where it is. But now it's Dylan Adams, the righty, coming on. And for his 4th outing in CCL play, 7 1/3, 11 hits, 7 earned runs, with just 4 strikeouts to 3 walks. So going to see quite a few balls in play. He's also given up 2 long balls and 5 extra base hits overall. And now coming in to face 3 lefties, it's kind of a potentially dangerous situation for him.
That he is.
First pitch to Perez, taken for a ball outside. So not the start he would have hoped for. Perez has struck out today twice, the only Crawdad to strike out more than once. 5 total strikeouts for the staff of PBG so far. That one outside, so 2 balls, no strikes to Perez. Already a very favorable count for the center fielder.
Absolutely, and these 3 lefties probably going to look to turn on something they get on the inner third.
Good pitch to do it on. 2-0, swinging a liner on the ground up the middle, base hit. So Perez on to begin the inning. First hit of the day for, again, the center fielder, batting lefty. That brings up Cam Taylor, who saw 1 pitch last time and maybe still feels it.
Perhaps so. It was kind of hard in the small of his back.
Yeah, it was, I think a breaking ball that just kind of backed up on the lefty, Tondag. So one of the types of pitches you'd hope to get hit by. He sees one below the knees inside for a ball. So Taylor, kind of a behemoth in that left-hand batter's box. But like you said, though, with speed. Runner goes from first. Swing and a miss by Taylor. Throw down to second's going to be well late. Perez in there, and the home plate ump saying no interference on the swing. Saw Dylan Perez be called out for that yesterday at the plate.
Yeah, does a nice job, Perez, with the big lead. And then Cam Taylor loved that off-speed pitch on the outer third. Took a monster hack and just out in front.
So 48 stolen bases now as the Crawdads climbing in closer to 50. Taylor takes a fastball, called strike on the outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Crawdads 3rd entering the day in stolen bases. Only 1 team came into today with over 50. That's Santa Barbara, the Foresters, in 13 games played, so the same as the Crawdads. Down low in the dirt, taken by Taylor. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the San Luis Obispo Blues, the only team other than that above the Crawdads in the CCL. So, but they've done it in 17 games. So, look at the stolen bases per game. Crawdads at least lead the CCL North.
That they do.
Perez bouncing around at second. Fastball outside to Taylor, 3-2.
That's what Cam Taylor's so good at. He doesn't extend the strike zone. I mean, he had 24 walks to 25 strikeouts last year, 400 on base percentage. I mean, this guy just worked really good at bats, and once he did, opposing pitchers gave him good things to hit, and he slugged.
He went on a total tear at the end of his season, 3-2, called the ball, so he'll get on to first. He was 24 for 50 in his last 14 games in the collegiate season, so still kind of riding off a hot end of the season, and gets on base there for the 2nd time today. Still yet to log an at-bat. Hit by pitch and a walk. Still the OBP, though, at 1,000. So now Shane Aldridge looking to extend this lead to 4, get it out of save range with Perez on second and Taylor off of first. Pitch from Adams taken outside, yet to retire an out for any of the 2 lefties he's faced so far that he was set to face coming into the inning. Again, kind of a difficult decision to fathom a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but wind has died down in the outfield. Perfect time to pull one if you're a Crawdad hitter.
Aldridge reaches out, fouls one back. It stayed very beautiful here today in Danville. 71 degrees right now. It was 80 degrees, but the sun was really beaming down. It was hot. That first pitch at 4:05 p.m.
It's a touch warm.
2-0, up high, ball 3. It was 1-1 pitch, now 2-1.
There you go.
2 balls, 1 strike. Aldridge ahead regardless. And Noah Zirkle, an off day today, took a few of us interns out and hit us at infield. with some fungos and was feeling the warmth there, but it was kind of a different climate on the field than it is in the stands. It's a little cooler out there. 2-1. Up and away, ball 3.
Yeah, these metal bleachers kind of absorb more heat and then radiate it throughout. And makes it, I'd say, probably solid 2 to 5 degrees hotter up here than it would probably feel on the grass and dirt down on the bases, if you're a player at least.
Stadiums happen to exist as microclimates, it seems like, more often than not. But we also lost our umbrella. That was sad. I'm still
bummed about that.
Still bummed about it. We have the base right next to us to our right here on a broadcast booth reminding us about how the bottom of it just totally rusted away. Yeah, the entire thing snapped off. Almost.
Yeah, while the umbrella was in it, almost hit somebody.
Almost hit a patron here, yeah.
That wasn't good.
Not good at all. But what is good?
Okay.
What is good? A 3-1 count to Shane Aldridge. Way ahead. And an uncompetitive pitch walks the bases loaded.
Very veteran at bat from Aldridge there. Just knows that Adams is really struggling to find the zone, hold the bat, and only swing if it's a really good pitch, and that obviously wasn't.
So the head coach, Jaden Rainieri, going to head out and talk to the righty Dylan Adams, who has not gotten a single out and has walked back-to-back batters, throwing a lot of pitches. With the guy now coming to the plate, and Elijah Ramos, who tends to draw out long at-bats against a lot of different pitchers. So just trying to get him under control a little bit.
And Ramos, just a prime opportunity to line a fastball into one of the outfield gaps here. Don't try to do too much. Just put the ball in play on a nice level swing. Keep it launch angle between, 5 to 15 degrees so it just stays over the infielders. Get the job done, add some more runs.
Expect him to be ready to swing early, even though Adams hasn't been in the zone. Ramos, great contact bat with the bases loaded. First pitch up and in. Not if he gets a pitch up there. That's an easy take, as has been kind of the trend with the fastball from Adams so far. Exploding a little too early out of that right hand. Maybe a sign of trying to overthrow it a bit. 1 ball, no strikes. Perez on third, Taylor on second. And the pitch above the belt, ball 2 with Aldridge on first. So burners all the way around the bases. A lot of speed. And a lot of speed at the plate, too. Elijah Ramos, it's rare you find someone who doesn't have a lot of speed in this lineup. 2-0, Ramos taken all the way, strike 1.
Yeah, that's a good recovery pitch there from Adams. Just this point, you're not throwing strikes. Got to just go over the middle. The hitter's not going to swing. Get you a free strike.
Looking to extend a 3-0 lead. Ramos awaits. 2-1. Swings. Pulled hard to third and off the glove of a diving third baseman. Vercelli's trickles into left and no play can be made. An RBI knock on a hard hit ball and almost just an incredible play over at third. I believe it's John Arnold over there now who pinch hit for him. So that's going to be a base hit. Absolutely scorched. Diving attempt by Arnold over there at third. Vercelli's out of the game after being pinch hit for, so an RBI single for Ramos. Puts the 4th run on the board for the Crawdads. Now it's the top of the order. Peyton Rolls facing Dylan Adams. The first pitch slider taken for a strike. This would be a great inning to add some more insurance as the Crawdads just 3 outs away with one of their best. Jacob Coburn warming up in the bullpen. This one's popped way up towards the first base side, and from foul ground, the catcher Aloy can't make the play. Had trouble tracking it, tried to reach out and make a basket catch, but it drops down, so a second life for Peyton Rolls. And it happened earlier to, I think it was Daniel Palasic.
Yeah, it did.
And ended up striking out that at bat in the 5th inning. Yeah, he struck out looking, so didn't take advantage of the second life, but Rolls now has the chance to do so with an 0-2 count. And the base is still loaded. Now it's Taylor on third, Aldridge on second with Ramos on first. 0-2, swing and a miss. Fastball gets by Palasic. So a strikeout with the bases loaded. Dylan Adams gets his first out of his outing. He's had to work for it. Now Daniel Pulasic stands in, singled his last time. And I mentioned earlier that players were asked their dad's favorite songs for today, and Pulasic said just anything country, and he's had 3 different songs. What was it, 5 now for his plate appearances. Bounces one to first. In from first, Vasquez has it. He'll just take it to the bag at first himself, so he surrenders the run. Allows runners to advance from second to third. Taylor came in to score. Aldridge to third and Ramos to second. So a successful at bat for Daniel Pulasic. Run batted in.
Absolutely. Now he's got 4 RBIs his last 2 games. Already did get a hit today, so swing looking good. Pulasic starting to round back into form like we saw him at UC Irvine, where we know he can hit really well.
I'm a little surprised he didn't try to go to second. As a lefty, that's the kind of, at first base, that's the type of ground ball you dream of. His first pitch swinging, hit hard the other way for Parker Jr. Right fielder and the center fielder both going back and back into his right. Espinoza in the gap from right field makes the catch. So hard contact, but just couldn't find the grass. 2 insurance runs come in for the Crawdads, 5-0 with the hard thrower. Jacob Coburn coming in from the bullpen looking for the final 3 outs. The hard-throwing Jacob Coburn enters the game with a 5-run cushion. Was looking like it might be a save situation before the Crawdads brought 2 home in the bottom of the 8th inning. So they got the line moving, but now it's a 5-run game. Jacob Coburn, a lot of fastballs is what you're going to see from him, and he'll face a pinch hitter to begin the inning. First pitch to the righty is taken on the outside for a strike, and in fact, it is the fastball for Jacob Coburn, who again is averaging the fastest fastball velocity in the entire CCL. There's the next one right there for strike 2, so the pinch hitter is behind. No balls, 2 strikes. Coburn working fast. Fastball on the outside corner, called strike 3. Wow, 1, 2, 3. Good morning. Good afternoon. Smell you later.
Yeah, Jinko, the pinch hitter who just barely listed on the roster, not able to catch up to it there. Coburn, 3 pitches for the strikeout. He looks really nice right now. Don't mess with him.
Good catch of Zach Jinko. Now up Tyler Haruta again, who's had a nice ball game. And this guy's one in foul ground towards right. Taylor gives a look at it over towards the fence. Makes the catch on the run. Quickly, 2 outs. Cam Taylor showing off the wheels on defense now, too.
Really nice play from Taylor over there. I mean, this is a guy we know is very sound defensively at first, does a fantastic job there. And how about the squeeze?
So just like that, 2 outs for Coburn. And chasing 5 runs before getting 1 out. This is dire straits now for PBG. Is the first pitch a breaking ball from Coburn. The slider, which he does use occasionally, but really the fastball is the star of the show. He'll let you know about it. Going exclusively from the stretch, working quickly That one's right there. Absolute fuzz right down the middle. I'm not sure Lamarsna even saw it. 1-1. Fastball pulled outside. Ball two, excuse me. 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings for the Crawdads. So 1 in the first, 1 in the second. I should say that. The first 2 combined. 1 in the 5th, 2 in the 8th. To the tune of a 5-0 lead as the 2-1 pitch is a fastball up and in to the designated hitter, taken for ball 3. Lamarsna looking for his second walk of the game, had one back in the 5th. 3-1. Fastball catches the inside. Crawdads 1 strike away from a Father's Day victory.
Boy, wouldn't that be special.
Dads looking to win it for the Dads. 3-2 pitch from Jacob Coburn. He deals. Slider taken outside in the dirt. Ball 4. Lamarsna on for the second time today.
This is a really good take from Lamarsna. Coburn tried to get him to bite on the slider outside, and it moved so much. I mean, that's a pitch that's usually going to get a whiff, but that's just really nice discipline from Lamarsna.
So Duke Aloy now becomes the last chance for Philippines. Yet to reach today, 0 for 3. Jacob Coburn. 7th outing for the Crawdads this season. There was a slider off the outside for a ball. 1-0. Just off the inside with the fastball. 2 balls, no strikes. Coburn, a guy who similarly has been pitching very, very well lately. Last 3 outings has just given up 2 hits in 3 innings. No runs. This one lined to left. It'll drop down in front of Pulasic. So Philippines staying alive here. A nice hard contact swing from Duke Aloy.
Yeah, 3 hits now in Coburn's last 4 outings. I mean, overall, you're absolutely going to take it from the right-hander, especially when he's got 5 strikeouts in that same span.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this is 2 outings in which he's gone more than 1 inning. He's gone 1 2/3 and 1 1/3. That was on the 5th against the Stompers and the 12th against the Merchants. 6 runs, 4 hits in 3 innings in those games. But in the 4 outings where he's just gone 1, 2 hits, no runs. On top of 7 strikeouts. And that's not including his start to this inning so far. As Brandon Clisby and Jacob Coburn on maybe a different page, so they're going to chat it up. Just them 2 on the mound, exclusive club on the mound. 5 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Crawdads. No runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for Philippines. Got 2 guys on, in danger of being shut out, and a swing and a miss at a high end and fastball begins the at-bat for John Arnold. His second time up was hit by the first pitch he saw. Working quickly again. Coburn. Fastball just inside, ball 1.
And that was the first pitch you wanted out of Coburn. Just hard fastball, inner third. Gets a swing and a miss. Isn't quite able to hit with the follow-up pitch, but it's okay. You can come back to something else here.
Front door is a slider. Perfectly. Strike 2, and now Coburn down to the final out, or the final strike. Once again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking to win it for the Dads of the Dads. From the belt. Swing and a miss. Fastball above the zone. Arnold goes after it. He never stood a chance. Way behind the heater from Coburn, who slams the door. 2 strikeouts in the inning to finish things off for the Crawdads. We'll take a quick break and break down this game very briefly. And we're going to do it right now. Quick post-game show brought to you by Up the Creek Records. Up the Creek, a great record shop. Right next to the Ace Hardware in downtown Walnut Creek. They buy and sell new and used vinyl records, CDs and cassettes, as well as skateboard gear and a variety of other fun gifts like yo-yos and hacky sacks. Also have an all-ages live music venue that hosts local bands every weekend, so check out who's playing at upthecreekrecords.com or their Instagram at upthecreekrecords. And to check out what happened up the creek this game, it was all about the pitching once again. Hudson Aber, a great start, Charlie.
Oh, yeah, he just let it off. Aber, 4 innings of 1 hit ball, 4 strikeouts. The bullpen followed suit rather similarly. Just 5 total hits that the Crawdad pitching staff allowed all game long.
Wow.
Complete shutout with only 4 total walks dished out. Jacob Coburn, 2 strikeouts. That ends up making it 7 with the strikeout tally. But man, every single pitcher today looked really good. I mean, Tencher obviously struggled his first 4 batters, but got help with a double play to get out of the 5th after he relieved Aber. Then Johnston worked into a little bit of trouble, but then he as well followed it up with some nice defense and just throwing strikes. Hernandez, 2 more innings of 2 hit ball, no walks, 1 strikeout. I mean, man, the bullpen just threw strikes, Harry. That was the bottom line, and the defense did the rest. They obviously got their fair share of strikeouts on the day, but man, super effective pitching, completely shut down PBG.
Hudson Aber gets the win. Final line goes 4 innings, 1 hit, 4 strikeouts, no runs, no walks. Quickly going into our player of the game. Player of the game award. I'd say
It's got to be
close
Aber.
between Aber and Sutter Moss.
It's
I
got to
think
be
let's go
Aber. Yeah.
He pitched incredibly well. That's your Worth Group player of the game. And I feel like this one's even easier. The sweet play of the game brought to you by Batter and Icing.
Oh, yeah.
It was the stunning diving double play turned around the horn. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. Started by Kevin Parker Jr., turned beautifully by Elijah Ramos at second to end the 8th inning. The 5-4-3 double play against Eric Espinoza. That got Carlos Hernandez out of a bit of hot water, but man, that one felt like it was kind of the nail in the coffin for the Philippines baseball group today.
Yeah, I'd agree. Looks like PBG had a chance in that inning. They had a 1-out base runner with Reister at first base, and then Espinoza hits a hard ground ball to the third base side. Parker Jr. dives to his left, which is the glove side, picks it out of the dirt, steps up, plenty of time, fires to second on a line. Then Ramos, quick reception and feeds to first to Taylor with a whole lot of time to get the double play. I mean, it was just a beautiful piece of defensive baseball.
Absolutely outstanding. So once again, Hudson Aber, your player of the game, brought to you by Worth Group Restaurants and the sweet play of the game. That beautiful 5-4-3 double play. We'd like to thank you again for tuning into the Crawdads live streaming network. Crawdads go 6-0 on the week. It was a phenomenal week. 6-0, like we said. You can't do it any better. For Charlie Limoncelli, our broadcast producer, Jack Brooks, this has been Harry Setrakian bringing you Crawdads baseball. We'll see you soon on Tuesday. Enjoy the slight break.